I said I wouldn't, but now I am. I am such a hypocrite. I am such a hypocritamus. Da 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 da. Bow bow bow. Bow 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 bow. Bow da da da. Ba da 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 da. Load game return to Inaba. To solve a mystery and save Yukio. Okay. I said I wouldn't, but I am. Again, I'm such a hypocritamus. Ultimate, dreadful fate, powerless, full breath, no breath, falling down. That's destiny, but I cry. They hear you no more. Numb feeling, whole dizziness, deep skies, feel no pain. Body aching, control your own fate. Invisible, real enemy, real rhyme, falling down. Okay, let me just make sure I got things set up on my end here. Hi, Yosuke, how you doing? You want to see where your so-called girlfriend died? No? Okay. How about you, Chie? You want to see where your girlfriend is going to die? Yep, she's all alone and she's going to die all alone. And you know what? Since this is the last possible day we can save her, let's head out and blue skidoo out of here and watch her die. Hey, don't be sad, guys. At least she gets to hang out with Saki. Why is the chat not loading on my phone? Okay, it is loaded on my phone. Okay. Alright, more people will jump on in due time. I just need to get dedicated to grinding more because boss fight has to be hard for no freaking reason. Other than to be hard for no freaking reason. Let's go find a Yukiko. We're off to find a Yukiko. We're off to find a Yukiko. We're gonna find a Yukiko and maybe waifu her. Oh wait, we're doing a solo run. So we're not gonna do her socially because we're lazy and we're gonna do things all alone. Because everything I say is right and everything everyone else says is wrong. Okay. I'll just wait for more people to jump on in due time. But right now, I'm just going to stream this so I can maintain my sanity. For as lack of sanity as I have. Yeah, I said I wouldn't stream. And what do you know? I'm a hypocritamus. I am streaming. And we might as well fight some floor 1 enemies, fight some floor 1 enemies, so that way we can at least gain some materials from them, so that way we're at least making our money's worth when we return back to the real world. So yeah, as much as it sucks, we gotta dedicate ourselves to the grind. We gotta grind ourselves more than a stripper in a strip club. Wait, hold on. Do I have my... Shit. I just realized that my desktop audio was not on. Okay, hold on. Let me just correct that. Hey, Zelda Queen Bee, how you doing? Alright, desktop audio should be on now, so you should be able to hear what's going on in the game. Even though it's probably going to be the same repetitive sounds over and over again. So even though these enemies give me crap experience, I don't have 99 of their items, so I might as well grind them. What's your challenge this time? Well, if you watched the previous stream that I did literally yesterday and said I wouldn't stream today, but I'm a hypocrite. I decided to stream anyway. This is a you-only, Izanagi-only run. So essentially, the only reason my party members are on my team is because, well, the game forces me to have party members for the first dungeon. But essentially, I gotta beat the game with you only, and my starting persona, Izanagi. Oh, sounds easy. You can just get skill cards and all that sort of stuff and up your persona stats through shuffle time? Actually, no, I can't. I mean, I sort of can with the stats part, but it's a little bit more difficult.
It's our turn first. There could be enemies.
Yeah, escape.
Oh, there! Now's your chance to run!
Because the reason why this is going to be more difficult is because I'm playing the vanilla version of Persona 4. This is not golden. This is not the golden version. This is the version that lacks Marie and the Hollow Forest and all that fun stuff that we absolutely loved. This is going to be a Marie-less run, essentially. That's an interesting word, Marie-less run. And hey, knowing that I'm going to be gaining a lot more people watching my stream than with my Final Fantasy 1 run, why not stream more Persona 4? Maybe while I'm at it, maybe I should see if there's like any viable floor 5 enemies that I can fight. There's definitely not any viable floor 6 or 7 enemies unless they're Phantom Mages. Too bad I can't open up that chest, because if that's like a Soma or something, that would be incredibly useful for what I have to fight. But yeah, pretty much we've been fighting Shadow Yukio, and the results so far is that I've been able to defeat the Charming Prince with the right amount of strategy to it. So essentially, when it comes to the strategy of fighting the Charming Prince, I essentially have the 1 Ice Cube to down him, the 1 Smart Bomb, and the 1 Firecracker, but I also have Supersonics, and the Supersonics, which I only have 2 of, can raise my hit and evasion rate, and since the Charming Prince really loves to buff his agility at every opportunity he can, buffing my agility as well will keep our agility at neutral, essentially, when we're both buffed. So this will definitely make it easier when it comes to fighting the Charming Prince. So I've done attempts up against Yukio at level 17, and it went mostly well, but also not. And we're already off to a bad start. We're running away from battles. Yeah, who's this Marie person you speak of? I don't know. How's the grind going? Terrible. That's how it's going. I've already had to run from some battles already. Now I'm kind of wondering if I should grind on higher floors or not. I still don't think I can, because I can't beat the positive cane, and the dice has a resistance to physical attacks, so attacking the dice is not an option. Most of the floor 6 and 7 enemies, unless they're the Phantom Mages, are just not ideal to fight, and even the Phantom Mages are not ideal because of how rare they spawn. Alright, so thankfully if we have a thing of like 3 ravens, we can definitely kill these guys no problem. The only downside with killing them now is that we already have 99 of their dropped item. We already have like 99 black lamps, so the only point of fighting the black ravens now is for the EXP and money. So yeah, we're pretty much just grinding for EXP and money. That's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, we can still grind for more materials if we fight any other enemies, but, yeah, most of it is going to be Black Raven, so we're going to be wasting a lot of potential black lamps that we could have sold for money. And unfortunately, there's no way to sell them while you're in the middle of a dungeon. And since we have, like, literally no day left to save Yukio before she ends up hanging out with Saki, yeah, we're pretty screwed.
I smell one enemy. You can do
crap.
Okay, I'll look for an. Oh, there! Now's your chance to run.
This is getting ridiculous. Actually, before I do anything, let me just check my equipment. Okay, I have the Falcon's Eye on me. I should probably change that accessory, actually. I'm going to change it to the Rabbit's Foot. Just on the off chance this increases my critical rate. If it does. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it won't make a difference, like, at all, but if it does increase the chances of me landing a critical, I want it to increase the chances of me landing a critical like that. See? Already wearing the Rabbit's Foot has come in handy. Imagine if I just crit twice there, and it's like, oh my god, the Rabbit's Foot is so damn good. Alright, look away from the cards, because the cards are not my problem. So yeah, if we face off against, like, two trans twins, they're probably the more ideal grind now. We definitely gain more EXP from them, along with the Wonder Cloth. I'm pretty sure there's no enemies within the 5th floor that we can really ideally fight against. Just saw it here, you cannot win with her. Well, let's just say I definitely got further than I did when I was at level 15. When I was at level 15, I couldn't really beat the Charming Prince. Now that I'm level 17, with the right strategy, I am able to beat the Charming Prince and get at least almost halfway through Shadow Yukiko's health. But with Shadow Yukiko becoming more aggressive and my party losing their protect passives and, you know, my party members dropping like flies and me taking so much damage, it's only a matter of time before, well, fuck me. It's only a matter of time before eventually RNG is not going to work in my favor and I'm just going to die anyway. So unfortunately, the only strategy of getting better, since I can't grind for more items and I can't go to the next day at all, my only option now is to pretty much just continue leveling up until I can increase my attacking, agility, endurance, and all that sort of jazz. Oh my god, seriously?
There's 5 enemies. Now's your chance. It's pretty weak.
Yeah, it's 130, so even if I were to use my smart bomb, that's not smart.
Now's your chance to run.
It's better to save my smart bomb for the Shadow Yukiko fight, because at least the smart bomb is doing more damage right now. I mean, I'm actually able to do more damage if I'm able to attack Shadow Yukiko with a Tarakaja on me with Cleave. But unfortunately, that's just not ideal, like, at all. Now, the reason why I haven't explored this part of the hallway is because I know there's no chests on this side of the floor because, well, this is a fixed floor layout and shoot. Okay, you better let us escape, Teddy, you son of a bitch. Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like floor 5 is not going to be ideal. You should change the name of the stream to the name of the challenge. Where's the fun in that? If people know what the challenge is going to be, they may not watch it if they don't have the curiosity of what it's going to be. If they have the curiosity of what it's going to be, then they will definitely click on it.
One enemy. Now's your chance.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure we have no chance against the Bronze Dice Physical Only. Yeah, we definitely don't have a chance against the Bronze Dice Physical Only. Although I'm not really using my SP all that much, so
Just one enemy left.
I'm not too concerned of wasting some bit of SP, because I'm actually not using all that much SP against the Shadow Yukiko fight. And yeah, they give me just about the same amount of experience as the trans twin, so I guess grinding on floor 5 is not completely unideal. It's just whenever I get the magic hands or, well, the positive canes, I can't really fight against them. So I guess floor 5 might actually be a little ideal. It's just a matter of making sure that I just get one things of Bronze Dice, because let me just check my SP recovery items here for a second. So I got 4 soul drops, 3 snuff souls, 1 chewing soul. Considering that I'm barely using my SP for the Shadow Yukiko fight, I don't think it's going to be a big deal if I use up some of my SP against the bronze dice, considering the bronze dice seems to be my best way of gaining the most amount of EXP without having to grind too much. And since I'm actually gaining its materials that is not at 99 like it is with the Black Ravens, this actually might be the ideal grind. For now, at least. But yeah, even if we do get the Black Ravens, we're still going to make sure we go out of our way to defeat them, because even though we have 99 of their items, still defeating them grants us the EXP and money that we need. Even if Teddy ends up eating their black lamps. So yeah, we already have like 99 of their black lamps, so Teddy's going to be eating the rest of it while we make off with the EXP and actually a good chunk of money. So yeah, the Black Ravens are still good to go against. And you got to keep hearing Teddy over and over again. That's more torture. Why do you think I have my headphones partially off so I don't have to hear him over and over again? I have my headphones partially off just so I can at least listen to Yukio's castle theme, and that's pretty much it. Okay, I think floor 5 is now a little more ideal for grinding now. So right now we're level 17, so our goal is to get everybody to level 18 now, and then see whether or not if we have like enough time or the sanity to get ourselves to level 19. And then, of course, you know, try to level up Izanagi as much as possible, because Izanagi is the only one that is not equal level to Shadow Yukiko, because Shadow's Yukiko base level is 15 and Izanagi is 13. Although I'm pretty sure the damage scaling is based off of you and not our current equipped persona. But I could be wrong on that.
Two enemies. You can attack before them.
Yeah, if I had like at least light attacking items, I could defeat them, but yeah, they are not worth defeating. We still do pitiful damage. They resist physical. Like, yeah, they resist physical, right? Yeah, they resist physical, and they repel electricity, so unfortunately, Izanagi can't do much damage against them. We will inevitably have to do the positive cane if we're doing the fetch quests later on, because one of the first fetch quests requires us to have the positive cane summon in an Avenger Knight, and an Avenger Knight is something that we haven't actually fully defeated other than the mini-boss. But by then, we should definitely be a lot more powerful and endurable enough to be able to face them, so we can complete that quest before fighting Shadow Kanji.
There's 5 enemies. Oh, there! Now's your chance to run.
Hey, Paladin, how you doing, buddy? I said I wasn't gonna be here tomorrow to do the grinding, and what do you know, I'm here on the tomorrow to do the grinding. I am such a hypocritamus, aren't I? So we're just going to be doing the grinding on the 5th floor now instead of the 3rd floor. The reason why is because we have a chance of the bronze dice appearing, and since I'm not using that much SP against Shadow Yukiko, since I'm mainly using melee and physical attacks, and I have like more SP restorative items than I do HP restorative items, then fighting against like the bronze dice is not going to be as big of a deal.
You get to go first.
Guard.
One enemy. Fight, fight.
Guard.
Correct.
We did it! Da 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 da. We did it! We did it! We did it! Yeah! Alright. So the only enemies that we're not going to fight on the 5th floor is the 2 enemies that always spawn in this left room here. Because yeah, there's always going to be 2 enemies that spawn in this left room here, and even if we went against one battle, we need to make sure that we can win against the second battle that shows up. And if we can't win against the second battle, we have to run away. And if we run away, there's a chance that we could be missing out on some EXP from that first grind that we did. And if it's like against the bronze dice, I don't want to waste the potential SP. God damn it. Of course, it has to be exactly 69. Yeah, they have 70 HP, and I have to do 69. Look, I know 69 is a sexy number. It's much better than the other number that kids find funny these days. But can you at least do 69 plus 1 damage? Can you please do that? I mean, I would increase my strength, but unfortunately I don't have such an accessory for that. Yeah, I only have the wind pin, which is useless. Increase of physical attacks, situational, magic, endurance, and luck. Yeah, the only useful thing is to increase the luck, just for the off chance that I can land more critical attacks when I'm doing a physical damage. That's really the only useful accessory that I can equip for the grind. Okay, here we go. Bronze dice, so we're going to down him with Zeo and just physical attack the heck out of him. Sorry, doing all that attacks means I'm using you guys, so now. We did it! Whew, I definitely need to get a new placemat. This placemat is falling apart. Alright, let's continue giving these shadows big butt cracks. Oh, there we go. Lucky bronze dice spawn. So yeah, I think using some of my SP to kill some of these bronze dice is actually not a bad idea. Yeah. So even though, yes, I'm using up my SP, I do have SP restorative items, and I can use like the smaller ones to restore because outside of the occasional cleave, maybe a Racunda and a Tarakaja, I really hardly ever used my SP within my attempts against Shadow Yukio, so I'm not too concerned of using too much SP. So we're mainly going to be grinding on the 5th floor in this very red as heck hallway. Pretty much the area where Avenger Knight spawns. Yeah, of course you get more than 69 damage. Oh man, this is a good deal. Frick that. Yeah, we pretty much never want to take our chances with Shuffle Time now. We will take our chances with Shuffle Time in the later dungeons, because that's when we will unlock the Arcana Chance feature that is exclusive to the vanilla version. And once we unlock Arcana Chance, we have a chance of not only gaining some pretty good Arcana cards to speed up the grinding, but we also have a chance of being able to increase Izanagi's individual stats. Not just by 1 point, but even 2 points. Or 3 points. Are you serious? You have a weapon that gives you the highest hit rate and 3+ agility. There's no reason, zero reason you should have missed that, you idiot. Wow. Okay, at least we got a player advantage.
There's only one enemy. It's not strong at all. I'm sure you can win.
I don't know how much damage I do against these guys. Not that I'll find out, because for whatever reason, you is missing on purpose for some reason. God damn it. Again, I have the strongest available weapon with the highest hit rate and a 3+ agility. There's no reason that you should be missing his attacks like this.
Two enemies. You can attack before them.
Now let's hope that he doesn't favor his 69 or anything and just attack. Thank you.
We won.
More 74s, please. More 74s. Teenagers these days, they just don't know how to be competent. Negative 99 accuracy, you. Yeah, bull crap. I have the best weapon that has the highest attack power and hit rate at this point of the game with 3+ agility. There's no reason he should have missed twice in a row. What is the challenge? Maintaining my sanity. That's the challenge. Ugh, God. Maintaining my sanity and make sure that both you and Izanagi are competent of doing a solo run throughout this entire goddamn game.
Two enemies. You. Oh, there. Now's your chance to run.
Actually, maybe I should actually go counterclockwise, go up the stairs, go down the stairs, and then go clockwise and then back down. I think that would actually be a little faster than just going around the floor. That might be a slight bit faster than going around the floor because enemies just don't spawn in the upper left corner of the area.
Two enemies. You can attack before them. Just one.
God guard. There we go, 75. Good boy. Wondercloth. I wonder how many of these Wondercloths. I wonder how many of these Wondercloths I have. Let's see. So we got 99 lamps and 51 Wondercloths. Okay, so we still got a lot of Wondercloths to go. So, yeah, the only thing we have 99 of is Black Lamps against the Black Ravens. Yeah, and considering that we're already 62,000 yen, and mind you, the best available weapon that I have costs like a little over 13,000. Yeah, we're getting ourselves pretty rich at the start of the game here.
I smell two. Okay, I'll look for an. Oh, there.
Okay,
Now's your
well,
chance to
even
run.
if they did get a turn, they're going to spend their turn summoning an enemy, so I would have ran away from that regardless. Maybe not as bad as the Joker doing... Oh yeah, anything is better than the Joker doing nothing run, or the Persona 3 reload no attacking run. Anything is better than those two runs. Listening to Teddy non-stop would be not as torturous as those runs.
You hit its weakness.
Aha! We're not doing it?
So yeah, even though, yes, I am using my SP, using it against one thing of bronze dice is actually quite effective. Unfortunately, just using physical attacks is not going to be enough. Alright, let's see how we are in terms of stats here. Okay, we're making progress. Slow progress, but at least we're making progress. I mean, it's better than us grinding on the 3rd floor and just gaining less than 20 EXP every single battle. What is better, Persona 4 Golden or Persona 4? Visually, I'll say Persona 4 Vanilla. In terms of like content and gameplay experience, definitely Persona 4 Golden. Like the fog effect definitely looks better in the vanilla version for sure. Now, just because it has good fog does not mean that makes the vanilla version the superior version to play, as much as purists like to make you think that. Because trust me when I say the fog effect is like really only a minor thing that is better in this game, but really does not make much of a big difference if you play this version or the golden version. The golden version is definitely better. It has a better shuffle time. It definitely has more gameplay conveniences, but I think that's more of a plus than it is making the game more trivial, if anything, like some people claim it is.
There's only one enemy. Go for a first strike.
But yeah, I'll definitely say Persona 4 Golden is definitely the better version of Persona 4 to play. Persona 4 Vanilla is still a worthwhile version to go to. Like, if you're curious of playing the vanilla version of Persona 4, I'd say, yeah, definitely play the original Persona 4 and just see where it started from and, you know, what the remake could potentially build off of. Like, there's no doubt that the remake is going to be heavily based on the Golden version more than the vanilla version, but I do hope that the revival actually does adapt some of the good ideas that were in vanilla that Golden otherwise scrapped. Like, trading fish with the guy at the floodplains for some weapons and armor is actually pretty helpful. But they actually changed that so that way they could actually give that role to the pub lady at night in the Golden version.
One enemy. Now's your chance. Go, Sensei. You not.
Aha! We're not doing it? Oh.
Yeah, I gotta be careful not to all-out attack, or otherwise the run is automatically invalid, and I would have to load the last save point. OG Persona 4 is a bit harder. It's a bit harder. It's definitely not brutally hard or anything. Like, you can definitely get through expert difficulty fine. Like I did a casual playthrough of the original Persona 4 on my own time, and I could definitely say it's still a simple game to get through, even with even with less gameplay conveniences or the negative rewards that you get from Arcana chants and such. Like, it's still not that difficult of a game. I didn't actually find myself having to grind a whole lot. And when I was grinding a whole lot, I was mostly just going out of my way to complete the fetch quests within the TV world. Like, I'll definitely say out of all the dungeons, Yukiko's castle was definitely the hardest because of SP management. And because it was the hardest, it definitely took me 2 days to complete Yukiko's castle, whereas in Golden, with infinitely spawning chests, you can just get SP restorative items, and of course you can just grind on floor 1 for cup cards to easily complete Yukiko's castle in 1 day in the Golden version. But in the vanilla version, cup cards don't exist in this game. The floors don't reset unless you leave for the next day or enter a different dungeon. So until we have a second dungeon to go to, we can't reset the floors and get new chests.
One enemy. Now's your chance. You hit its weakness.
Alright, guys, we're not doing it? Oh.
Alright. What difficulty did you play on? Oh, I played on expert difficulty. I mean, I already had experience from playing Persona 4 Golden, so I played on expert difficulty on my casual playthrough from beginning to end. And yeah, this challenge run is done on expert difficulty as well. Because yeah, it's either beginner, expert, or normal.
Just one enemy left.
Because yeah, there's only 3 difficulties in the vanilla version, and whatever difficulty you select is the difficulty you're stuck with throughout the entire game. So there's no option to change the difficulty mid-playthrough, so we're stuck on expert difficulty from beginning to end. So it's impossible for me to cheat without cheating, you know?
2 enemies. You. Oh, there. Now's your chance to run.
Hello to you too, Mr. Patty Murphy. Alright, let's see. Where are we in terms of levels? Okay, we're actually not doing bad, actually. We're actually not doing bad. So yeah, grinding on floor 5 is actually now more ideal. Before we continue on, I'm actually going to use soul drops because I'm definitely not going to be using this in Shadow Yukiko's boss fight. And restore some of my SP because even though I found myself not using as much SP against Shadow Yukiko, I was still using like Tarakaja and like Rakunda on occasion, so I'm still going to use the SP. Otherwise, I'm mostly reliant on physical attacks. Sorry guys, I just keep dropping shit. There it is. Okay. I faced out, I hold out, I reached out to the truth on my life's in the seas.
Just one enemy left.
No! No, no, no!
Okay, I'll look for an oh, there.
Oh, you fucking asshole, you. Look, I know 69 is a funny number, but go with 70, okay? That's the new funny number now, okay? Let's make 70 the new funny number. Would it be possible to beat at level 1? Definitely not, no. I mean, just watch Ragnar Alvar Gaiman's challenge run of Persona 4 Golden while doing mandatory battles only. Like, yeah, it's just definitely not feasible. I mean, I guess if you hack the game to prevent you from leveling up, I don't know, maybe there might be a possibility if you grind for, like, high armor from grinding against higher enemies, but yeah, I just don't see that happening.
Go for a first.
Yeah. Unless I got a critical on the positive cane, I just don't see myself beating the positive cane. Would you prefer... No, I wouldn't. Shut up or you'll get banned, Patty Murphy. What did I just join in on? I don't know. Did you have did you have something that increases your strength? Unfortunately, no. I don't have any accessories that increase my strength, other than the best possible weapon in the game. So this is the best possible weapon in the game that I could grind from Phantom Mages within this same dungeon. This is the best possible attacking weapon that you can get for you in the very first dungeon. So the highest attack power, the highest hit rate with a 3+ agility. So that's unfortunately the best I can get. And the Lion Happy, whatever you call it, armor, this is the best possible defense armor, and it gives us +1 strength. And yeah, we don't have any physical attack and increasing accessories. The only thing that we do have is a rabbit's foot, which increases our luck by 2. And since critical rate is tied to luck, then that's the reason why I have the rabbit's foot equipped, because I want to try to increase my chances of being able to land critical hits if I'm not... Frick! No. Screw off. Screw off. I'm just an innocent boy. I'm just an innocent boy. On OG Persona 4, Reaper is only New Game Plus. Yep, that is correct. So for this challenge run, you will not see a fight against Margaret or the Reaper. So even though I will be facing all the optional boss fights at the end of the first 6 dungeons, yeah, the Reaper fight is New Game Plus exclusive. So yeah, I'm not fighting the Reaper at all, and crap. I started with a non-ambush battle, so I have to escape.
I'll look for an opening for you. Oh, there. Now's your chance to run.
Kind of funny, the hair of Inaba isn't even in this game. What, was there a lore that talks about the hair? I don't know, if did I miss some sort of lore detail? If I had just one positive cane, I will definitely take a chance of attacking it at least once and just seeing if I land critical damage. Because if I can land a critical hit, then I might actually have a chance of being able to defeat it while I'm still, well, technically over-leveled in it, but while at this current level. Again, part of the reason why I have the rabbit's foot on is to hopefully increase my chances of landing crits. Okay, at least I got 2 turns for the first turn, so I have no problem attacking it again. No, it's just common low-level demon persona in these games. Oh, right, the hair of... Oh, right. I think I remember the hair being a particular demon-ish or whatever it is in Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I think I remember that. Shit, that was a non-ambush battle, wasn't it? Yeah, crap. We just gotta hope that Teddy decides to let us run away, because sometimes he'll decide not to let us run away. And he'll just let us take on damage because Teddy is a goddamn asshole. Yeah, I am definitely not looking forward grinding more, I can say that for sure. I'm already sick and tired of this grinding. But that's part of the reason why I'm streaming this, to maintain what lack of sanity I have left. Escape! Run away! Those are too much hands for my liking. I only like it when there's 2 hands on me. And even then, I don't consent.
There's only one enemy. Go for it.
At least I'm not getting as many black ravens on this floor. I mean, I've been able to get black ravens on this floor, but at least they're less common, which is great, because then I'm not wasting black lamps, which again I already have 99 of. No gold hand farm? Unfortunately, no. I mean, even though we can get golden hands in this game, for sure, the problem is that you don't use them to farm EXP. Golden hands in the original version only give you 1 EXP. They only give you a lot of money and 1 chest key at most. So the most that we would get out of them is 1 chest key, and that's it. I mean, money is also great, but yeah, the only point of doing golden hands is pretty much for money and getting a chest key. Otherwise, you only gain 1 EXP from golden hand fights in the original version. So unfortunately, golden hands are not as useful in the original compared to golden. Because yeah, the golden hands were the most exploitive way of over leveling, because they grant you a shit ton of EXP. However, in the original version, they only grant you 1 EXP. The only point of fighting golden hands is just for the money and gaining...
Alright, guys, sure? I mean, that's fine, but...
Yeah, it's more than fine, because I totally got this under control, GA. Don't you question my judgment! One thing's for sure is that once we rescue Shadow Yukiko, you two are getting benched permanently while I do everything. Because everything I believe in is right and everything you believe in is wrong, even though it goes against the themes of Persona 4. Yeah, the more you think about it, a lot of these challenge runs really do go against the overall themes of Persona games. Like, not spending time with your friends literally goes against the themes of Persona. Okay, player advantage. Okay, we're getting some good bronze dice spawns. Nice.
Go, Sensei! Now's we're not gonna? A waste.
Never seen anyone play OG Persona before. Well, I'm playing OG Persona. This is legit Persona 4 on the PlayStation 2. Technically emulator, but don't tell Atlas that. But yeah, this is legit OG Persona 4 original. This is not golden. This is a Marie-less run, essentially. There's no Marie, there's no Hollow Force, there's no bike trips. Crap. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it with that Shadow, especially since it's very easy to not get player advantages. It's very easy not to get player advantages in this game because, I swear, the shadows that walk around on these floors are completely bugged. Like, there's a good chance that they will just do a complete 180 and mess up your player advantage, regardless of how good you sneak behind them and slash down their back. Like, it's ridiculous just how easy it is for them to just mess up your run. But yeah, hopefully we can actually increase our strength on Izanagi, because the lowest that I've seen myself attacking the trans twins is 69. And considering that they have exactly 70 HP, if I can actually get at least 1 strength to increase on Izanagi, then I can at least always guarantee that I kill them in one shot. Yeah, see? Not a guarantee to kill him in one shot, because sometimes, yeah, you really wants to 69 with some twins. He really wants to 69 with some twins. You dirty, dirty little bastard. You're probably already going to do sinful stuff with Margaret. Though considering that our only social link that we're really spending time with is the fox. Yeah, let's not go there. Let's not go there and just focus on grinding to get you better, please. Chia's OVA doesn't really sound like a tomboy. No, it doesn't. I definitely like the golden version better for Chie, but the original Chie voice is not bad. It's not bad, I just like Golden's better. Especially since Golden's version definitely sounds more like a teenager and definitely has more of that tomboy personality. Which definitely fits, well, Chie's personality more. Okay, I got my cut in, which means I'm definitely hitting the enemy. Nope, we're not doing it. And yeah, it's not just Chie that has a voice change between the original and Golden. It's also Teddy who has a voice change between the original and Golden. Like, everybody knows that Chie's voice is different between the original and Golden, but also Teddy's voice is different as well. Like, really listen to the clips back to back. Yeah, they are all re-recorded in the Golden version. At first, I thought it was the same voice actors, but or the voice actors voice and Teddy in both the original and Golden. But somebody had told me that no, they are actually 2 different voice actors for Teddy. So yeah, it's not just Chie that had a different voice actor in Golden. It's also Teddy that also had a different voice actor in Golden as well. So yeah, there's actually 2 party members that we have that actually have different voices depending on what version you play the game on. And now all the characters are going to be different when we eventually get Revival. Goes against the themes of Persona 5 by slacking off yourself to insane challenge runs, pretty much, yeah. And yeah, us not accepting the help from our friends and doing everything ourselves definitely goes against the overall themes of Persona 4. Because the theme of it is not just truth, it's also realizing that you can make a great life and great memories with your friends, which is also part of Persona 4's themes. 68? Now you're doing 68? Oh, you are... I swear to God, if you go 1 point lower, I am gonna kill you on purpose. I am gonna kill you before the killer kills you. If you do 1 point below that number, I will kill you before the killer kills you. Grr. But yeah, we definitely don't have a chance against floor 6 or 7 enemies. I'm not going to risk it. I want to at least get the player advantage. Turn around, turn around, turn around, round you go. Round, round, you go. Turn around, good, good, good. Around you go. It's Sherlock Holmes without Watson.
Good work, Sensei. That's 1 so far. Just 1 enemy left.
Okay, now Don't press the square or the X button. Just pass through it. Pass through it. Yeah, so considering that we're mostly getting the Wonder Twin, or not Wonder Twins, the Trans Twins up here as opposed to the Black Ravens, yeah. Grinding on floor 5 is definitely the best option for us. And since the Bronze Dice can easily go down with one Zeo and a simple physical attack, yeah, this is definitely the more ideal grind, since they're getting us the most amount of EXP and money, while we're also still gaining materials without wasting materials.
Is we're not doing it? Oh.
Victory!
Alright guys, say those numbers again and you will be banned from this channel. Permanently. The only funny numbers here is 69 and 255 or something, I don't know. I mean, technically it's... Oh no, it was 420 tomorrow. Or no, it was 420 yesterday, never mind. Yeah, so even that funny number is irrelevant since it's the day after 420. Okay, turn around, around you go, Shadow. Face out, I hold out. I reached out to the truth. All my life I dreamed of being alone. Cause I don't like friends. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Really? Why did you miss on purpose, you? No, really, why did you miss on purpose?
If you say so.
Are you trying to make us lose on purpose? Bad you. Bad you. How dare you waste 4 SP? Alright, let's just check our stuff now. So, I mean, if we're going to restore SP during the Shadow Yukio fight, we would likely use a Chew and Soul and not, well, anything else. So, we're going to probably use a Snuff Soul. Okay, I think that fully restored my ESP, so that was probably not the best option to go with, but whatever, I already went with the option. Definitely want to at least use up my soul drops. At least Chie has her Kung Fu action movies. Yeah, but it's all scratched now. Kung Fu movies, but it's all scratched now, so now she can't watch how badass Kung Fu Panda is. I don't know, is Chie one to watch Kung Fu Panda? I don't know, I think she would be one to watch that movie. We won! We did it! Now let's level up! Except Trials of the Dragon. Yep. Because Yosuke had to ruin her Trials of the Dragon. That's going to be interesting to see in Revival. Just see a remake of Yosuke getting kicked in the balls. Seeing Yosuke get kicked in the balls for ruining her DVD. And this generation is going to ask the question, what's a DVD? Kids, if you don't know what a DVD is, you should know what VHS tapes are. I bet some of you watching probably don't even know what VHS tapes are. Heck, once upon a time, we used to play games with cartridges, not discs. And some of you are like, wait, you play games with discs? Wow. If you're really that young, then stop watching my videos, okay? I'm not one to be influencing you with a bunch of swear words and innuendo jokes. Are there any skill cards in Persona 4? No, there's not. Skill cards were not a thing until they were introduced in Persona 3 Portable, and they eventually became a thing in Persona 4 Golden. But no, they are not a thing in the original Persona 4, so we can't use skill cards to give Izanagi new skills. So yeah, if we were doing this run on the golden version, it would be a super easy version to play because we can easily up Izanagi's stats through shuffle time, while also being able to use skill cards to give him the appropriate skills for whatever boss fights we need to fight up against. But no, in this one run, we're pretty much stuck with his default skills, though there is a way to change them. Unfortunately, the way to change them is going to require a ridiculous amount of RNG. So you probably know that in the golden version, there's the magician cards that sometimes appear in shovel time. Well, once we get to the second dungeon, we unlock something called Arcana Chance. And what Arcana Chance is that you can draw a major Arcana card, and you're already shown what the major Arcana card is, and you're asked whether or not if you want to use it. And if you use it, it essentially rotates, and it will either stop upright or downright. If it's downright, it's a negative effect. If it's upright, it's a positive effect. It's a coin flip, and because of that, any of the cards that increases a persona's stats has the potential of decreasing our persona's stats if it's downright. So if it's downright, Izanagi's stats will go down by 1, but if it's upright, it has a chance of increasing the stats by either 1, 2, or 3. So essentially, we need good RNG in order to have a roll where the stat cards are facing upright, essentially. That's the only way we can min-max Izanagi's stats. And one of the cards that we can also get is the Magician card. And the Magician card functions kind of like it does in Golden as well, where it upgrades a skill. And out of all the skills that Izanagi has, the one skill we definitely want to upgrade is Cleave. We pretty much want to keep Tarakaja and Ragukaja on us because we're only targeting, well, ourselves. Rakunda, even though Marakunda would be great, we're mostly fighting singular enemies when it comes to boss fights, so we mostly want to keep this as Rakunda. And while Zio can upgrade to Mazio cannot upgrade. And considering that it could be detrimental having a AoE electric attack instead of a singular electric attack, we don't want this one to upgrade. What we do want to upgrade, however, is Cleave, and this can upgrade like 5 freaking times. We can actually go from light damage to medium damage to AoE medium damage to heavy damage. So Cleave has the potential of being a heavy physical damage. We just need the RNG chances with Magician cards, which is going to be super rare, but we need the RNG chances that only Cleave levels up, essentially. So we have the chance of leveling up Cleave on Izanagi. But the chances of that is pretty rare. But it is our best chance of being able to get a better physical skill other than Cleave.
Great work.
I usually just hope people at least know what a DS and 3DS is. What's a DS? Okay, I played the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance SP, so of course I know what those are. I played the Game Boy Advance SP, I played the Game Boy Color. And I definitely remember playing Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color. I definitely remember playing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the Game Boy Color, which actually was its own turn-based RPG, which was, from what I remember, pretty fun.
One enemy. Now's your chance.
Okay, didn't land a critical, so I'm gonna run.
Now's your chance to run.
Because if I can land a critical on just one positive cane, I might have a chance of being able to defeat it with physical alone. So yeah, I'm just hoping that a simple level up on you is enough to defeat the trans twins in like one hit, and that we don't do less than 70 damage. Because, yeah, the lowest we've seen it is pretty much 69 and 68. If we can do higher than that, that'd be efficient. God damn it, we gotta run away because we didn't start with a player advantage. Okay, thankfully Teddy is choosing to keep us alive. I think he realizes this is the last possible day and it's not time to screw around and pretend not to find an exit. I have played Persona 3 and Persona 4 on the PlayStation 2. It was fun. Oh yeah, it's fun. I definitely still enjoy Persona 3 Fest, for sure. Like, even with like the AI control party members, I still have fun with it. I'd suffer only boys can play the Game Boy joke. Oh god, really? That's bullshit. But yeah, I played some good games on the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and even the DS and 3DS.
There's 5 enemies. Now's your chance.
No, it's not our chance.
Now's your chance to run.
Yeah, it's our chance to run. Kind of wonder why it was called the Game Boy to begin with. Like, if it was like called Game Pocket or something, that'd make a little more sense. DS pretty much stands for dual screen or double screen. So at least the DS abbreviation makes sense, but what the heck does Game Boy mean? I breathe out, I holding out, I reached out to the truth and I say, screw you twins, you're gonna die and you will say bye.
Just 1 enemy left.
You stop it with your 68s.
Okay, I'll look for an
Ugh, Jesus Christ. You know we're trying to level you up, right? And what sucks is that even though we killed one of them, unfortunately running away automatically makes all battle rewards go to 0, which is stupid. Stupid and dumb. But yeah, at least when it comes to most Nintendo consoles, at least the names made sense. I mean, Nintendo Entertainment System was a entertaining system. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System made sense because it's super how advanced it was at the time. Nintendo 64 because 64 bits, and Nintendo GameCube because while the entire console itself was a cube. Wii, I'm not sure why it's called Wii. I don't know if there's like some sort of Japanese word where we makes sense, or if it's we as in we spend time together, or whatever the heck it is. But yeah, I'm not sure why it's called the Nintendo Wii. But yeah, Nintendo Wii pretty much focused on motion controls. Wii U, I guess it focused on spending time on games with just you alone, hence the touchscreen pad. Switch, because you can, well, switch between handheld or on the TV. And then Game Boy, no idea why it's called the Game Boy, but at least the DS stands for like dual screen or double screen. I'm pretty sure it stands for dual screen. 3DS, so essentially 3D screen, essentially. It's definitely not 3D dual screen, or otherwise it would be called the 3D DS.
There's only 1 enemy. Go for a first strike. Go, Sensei. You not. Now's if you say so. Great work.
At what level will you try to fight the boss? Well, right now my main goal is to get everyone to level 18, and depending on where we are in the stream, I might grind to level 19, because I think grinding to level 18 may just be not enough, because I definitely have the firepower to be able to kill the Charming Prince, but it's being able to endure and survive and outlast Shadow Yukiko and do enough damage to eventually take her down, because I can just barely get her halfway down on her HP. Mind you, a lot of our loss comes with the Charming Prince, and multiple attacks coming our way, and then of course the RNG of us dodging Terror Voice, which is going to be less likely when our party members are dead. And with our party members being dead, and of course, well, Terror Voice pretty much 100% hitting most of the time, it's going to be unlikely to happen unless we're over leveled. We definitely need to be over leveled so we have higher agility, endurance, and strength, or magic, on the possibility that we can defeat Shadow Yukiko. I mean, it will be possible. It will be possible. We just got to keep leveling up. The only upside with this leveling up is that we're gaining a lot of yen from it, so I don't have to worry about money as much, but I'm still going to mostly pass time in the daytime doing the daycare part-time job. Or just raising one of my social stats. There you go, you. That's what we want to see. More than 70 damage. We played together. Family, maybe. Yeah, probably. Honestly, sucks I don't have a Game Boy Advance right now. I have Pokemon Emerald for it. What did I play on the Game Boy Advance now, thinking about it? I know on the Game Boy Advance I played A Link to the Past for the first time. I actually played the Game Boy Advance version of A Link to the Past before I actually played the Super Nintendo version. I could definitely say between the two versions, I prefer the Super Nintendo version. I mean, having Link with the Ocarina of Time, yeah, sound effects does get pretty annoying over time. So I honestly prefer the Super Nintendo version of A Link to the Past over the Game Boy version. But yeah, I initially played A Link to the Past on the Game Boy version first. And the Four Swords, I've never been able to play because I've never had a friend to be able to play it with. Though I did eventually play it when they ported it to the DSiWare, I think. I managed to finally get around to playing Four Swords at some point. I remember trying to get my cousin for a long time to try to get A Link to the Past just so I can play Four Swords. He never gave into it. I don't think he really cared, even though he did personally have a Game Boy Advance SP himself. I remember playing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the Game Boy Color and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on the Game Boy Advance, and both those versions in particular had turn-based combat and such, so I was definitely introduced to turn-based combat way beforehand with licensed games. Mind you, they're probably not as good as, well, say other turn-based combat games, but from what I've seen from people who've talked about it, the Chamber of Secrets Game Boy Color game is apparently pretty good if you want a licensed turn-based Harry Potter game, essentially. Yeah, I actually played a lot of the licensed Harry Potter games at the time. Pretty much the first 5 games, and then I stopped after that. Pretty much the first 3 games I liked. The 4th game was bad. The 5th one was okay, but didn't have the charm of the first 3 Harry Potter games. And I just didn't bother with 6, 7, or 8. And from what I've seen from reviews, Half-Blood Prince is a little better than Order of the Phoenix, but apparently the Deathly Hallows games are just bad. So yeah. Isn't there a save point next to the boss? Yeah, that is actually something that is exclusive to the vanilla version. You actually have the butterfly next to the boss rooms at the end of every dungeon. And yeah, you can not only save there, but also use it as a free go home, essentially. So yeah, apparently the more broken and trivial version called Golden removed something that actually would make the game more trivial by removing the damn butterfly for some reason. I don't know why that is. But yeah, they completely remove that butterfly in the Golden version, whereas in this version, you actually have a butterfly at the end of this dungeon that you can save and use as a free go home. So what's the challenge run? The hero build for Protag only, strength build team, protagonist, and Izanagi only.
Good work, Sensei. That's 1 so far.
Triforce Heroes was fun with online. Unfortunately, I didn't have the luxury of being able to play that online, unfortunately. I had to play the entire thing solo. Because of that, I do consider it one of the least best Zelda games, and it's probably one of the least played Zelda games that I have ever played. Honestly, because I haven't found my 3DS, I haven't really been able to play much of the 3DS Zelda games. Though I definitely remember really enjoying A Link Between Worlds and the Ocarina of Time 3D, even though I mostly go back to the Nintendo 64 version of Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask, the Nintendo 64 version is better, let's just say that. The Nintendo 64 version of Majora's Mask is definitely better than the remake. But yeah, most of my experience with the DS Zelda games is mostly with Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, and I guess Ocarina of Time 3D. Majora's Mask, it's not a bad remake, it's just inferior compared to the Nintendo 64. And Triforce Heroes definitely struggles with its gameplay design and the fact that it's designed around multiplayer, but again, I pretty much have no friends to play it with. RIP Online Triforce Heroes, you're gone but not forgotten. I don't know if I interacted in your streams before, but yeah, I have a question. What do you think of the classic run SMT 3 to 5? Think of the classic. What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean by the classic run of SMT 3 to 5? Could you go into detail on what you mean by that? Persona.
Alright, guys, you sure? I mean, that's fine, but...
Or as some of my close friends would say, Fursona. I have a lot of furry friends. Basically, you play the press turn games like it was SMT 1 and 2. Well, I've never played SMT 1 and 2, so I don't know what a run like that would be like. Okay, there we go. We're getting closer to level 18 now, so here we go. And let's see how far Izanagi is on his level ups. Okay, 1071, so Izanagi would definitely level up before Yu does get to level 19. I think I'll probably grind to level 19 at the least. I think I'd have a more fair... Nice. This is my first stream I'm watching of you. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Attack, item, guard, pass, and summon. In SFT 1 and 2, the protag can't use skills and magic. It's doable. You just don't deal as much damage. Well, unfortunately, I don't have experience with SFT 1 and 2, so you'll definitely not see a run like that from me. And even then, I don't really have much desire of doing much SMT runs. Like, I still have yet to play SMT 4. Like, when it comes to SMT, like mainline SMT, the only games I've played is 3 Nocturne, 5, and 5 Vengeance. And as of now, I've done a challenge run on Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. That's Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne without using skills, which is currently available on YouTube right now, and it's been up for more than a year. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And then for my Shin Megami Tensei 5 run, I'm definitely not doing the vanilla game, but I'm definitely doing a run on Shin Megami Tensei 5, doing the Canon of Vengeance storyline. God damn it, you. Doing the Canon of Vengeance storyline, and yeah, I am in the process of doing a challenge run on Shin Megami Tensei 5, but the problem is that I'm in the process of doing multiple challenge runs at once. I'm doing multiple challenge runs at once, so like this one, Persona 4 with You and Izanagi Only is only one that I just recently started doing. Then there's Shin Megami Tensei 5, Vengeance. There's Metaphor Refantasio. There's Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy 1 with a Black Mage Only, which is another game that I have been streaming. I have multiple streams of it prior to me starting, well, the stream that I just did yesterday for Persona 4.
You get its weakness. Smart. Now we're not gonna? A waste.
Hearing OG Chie is weird. Yeah, it's a bit of a whiplash, but you get used to it over time. Ah, neat. I keep forgetting that you're the guy who made the top 7 good things in Sonic 06. Yep, I am the same guy who made that. That was like so many years ago. Like definitely more than a decade ago. But yeah, I made the top 7 good things in Sonic 06. The top 7 worst things and best things in Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. And then I did a top 7 worst things in Sonic Mania. And then after that, I did a review of like Sonic Forces as a 2-parter, though honestly my opinions have massively differed over time. More in a negative way than a positive way, if anything, on Sonic Forces. And I've been planning to do like a video on Shadow the Hedgehog for a long time, but I just, every single time I made an attempt to make it, I just end up revising it or canceling it or just having no desire of doing it or having the desire of doing it, but just one way or another, just having troubles just getting that spark and inspiration to make it a reality. Like, if you guys want to see a video of me doing Shadow the Hedgehog, not as a challenge run, but as a review or a top 7 countdown, I would definitely love to do something on Shadow the Hedgehog. And hey, at least Niarly sort of brought it into Mega 10 mainstream with his challenge run that he did on Shadow the Hedgehog. And yeah, apparently he likes the game. And yeah, I'm personally like that too. I personally really liked Shadow the Hedgehog. I think it's an overhated, underrated game. It's definitely a game that is far better than people give it credit for. Like, it's flawed, yes, but Shadow the Hedgehog is definitely, in my opinion, a good game.
Now's your chance.
But yeah, when it comes to like those Sonic videos, I definitely really treasure what I've done with those videos, but yeah. I definitely treasure with what I've done with those videos. Like Sonic 06, I have not touched that game since I made that video, the top 7 good things in Sonic 06 video. So, yeah. And the thing is, I didn't even do a recent playthrough when I originally did the Sonic 06 video. I mostly just did it based off of memory from my experience of the game. And after giving it a good watch and, you know, recently and such, I'll definitely say my opinions still stand with where I stand on Sonic 06. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, I'll definitely say if I could revise it, I would. Like, my overreaction with how much I hated it, like, yeah, I hated the game, but I'll definitely say I probably over-hated it too much. Mind you, I did it for satirical purposes to kind of mock how ridiculous fans get over, you know, a simple video game opinion or just video games in general. That was kind of the whole point, but I don't think I really got that point across well. But I still don't regret making the top 7 worst things and best things in Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric videos. Alright, there we go. We finally got you to level 18. He requires 1,400 points to level up. Yep, freaking P. But there we go. We got level 18 with you, but we're still going to keep leveling until Chie and Yosuke get to level 18 as well. And when it comes to Sonic Mania, mind you, Sonic Mania is a really good Sonic game. And I did the worst things because, obviously, I'm criticizing a good game. And honestly, I think a lot of the bad points that I pointed out were more nitpicky and personal preference than it was actually bad things in the game, from what I remember. It's been a while since I looked at my own video. And when it comes to, like, the Sonic Forces reviews, like, it probably only has, like, maybe a couple thousand views at most, I think. I'll definitely say my Sonic Forces review has not aged well at all. Mostly because I mainly gave it a positive review, trying to claim that the hate of it is over-exaggerated, and to an extent it is. I think the hate on that Sonic Forces gets is over-exaggerated, but not undeserved. It definitely is a game that feels like it has more missed potential than it should. And honestly, over time, I'll definitely admit, I think a part of me was in denial of how bad it was. Or not necessarily how bad it was, but how much of a missed opportunity it was at several moments. Like, they really don't do much with Infinite's character. Like, Infinite had the potential of being one of the best Sonic villains ever. I had him as a part of my profile picture for a long time, and it's like, yeah, they don't really do much with Infinite, and it sucks because I really want to love this character. Okay, so there we go. His endurance and agility leveled up. Good. We definitely want his endurance to level up. But yeah, I'll definitely say what I wrote for the Sonic Forces review, especially for the message at the end of the second part, I don't regret. I think what I wrote at the end of the second part was some of my best written work that I've done for a review. I definitely try to aim more at the heartstrings of the polarizing reviews and how over-exaggerated people get with the over-love or over-hate of the game and such. And I think I definitely hit a chord with that alone. But honestly, I think the review itself doesn't age well because my opinions have shifted on the game over time, and more in a negative way than a positive way. Though if you hate Sonic Forces or love Sonic Forces, that's totally fine. Opinions are opinions. And yeah, I've been wanting to do a video on Shadow the Hedgehog, but just haven't because of having to do revisions or not having the inspiration of doing it, or one way or another having technical difficulties or being over ambitious with the project. And ultimately I just haven't made the video, but I want to make a Shadow the Hedgehog video and I want to make sure that's worth the time. One of the main Mario and Luigi games I need is Dream Team for the 3DS. The Shadow the Hedgehog curse. What about the Shadow the Hedgehog curse? Whatever that curse is, curse me with it because I love Shadow the Hedgehog. Both game and character. I'm like that with Forces. I hate more than more when I replay it. I gotta go. See you later, man. Okay, see you later, next Mario, unless you already left. How does Shovel Time work in the original Persona 4? Well, essentially... Okay, there we go. We got level 18 with Chie. Sweet. And her endurance increase. Good. More endurance the better, and a little bit of agility would be nice too. But definitely endurance. Okay, so let me just check our stats before I decide to do anything. So, yeah, it's going to be a while before we can level up again, but I think it might be a good idea for us to level up. And Izanagi, I think what I'm going to do is probably level up another level. I'm going to level up another level, but I'm going to make my way back to the save so I can save my progress. I'm going to save my progress, and I'm going to just continue to grind more. I'm going to continue to grind more. Mainly so I can get my characters to level 19 and get Izanagi up another level, because I definitely think I need to be a higher level than what I am now if I'm gonna make the Shadow Yukio fight doable. But yeah, pretty much how the original Shuffle Time works in the original game. Let's just say it's the worst version of Shuffle Time. Essentially how it works is that you have only 3 types of cards. Persona cards, which you gain a Persona, blank cards which do nothing, and penalty cards which negate all battle EXP, monetary, and item gain, essentially. It's definitely the worst version of Shuffle Time. Essentially, the minor Arcana cards, so the wand cards to increase your experience, the coin cards to increase your monetary gain, the cup cards to heal your HP and SP, or the sword cards to give you an item like skill cards or whatever, that does not exist at all in Persona 4 Original. But what does exist is that if you happen to select a Persona card or a blank card from Shovel Time, essentially what happens is that you have a Arcana Chance. Arcana Chance does not unlock until you get to the second dungeon of the game. And when you unlock Arcana Chance, essentially what happens is that you have major Arcana cards, and it will be random. They don't tell you what the effects do until it already goes into effect. And you have a choice of either seeing what it does or not seeing what it does. If you see what it does, it will rotate around and spin. And essentially, if it lands upright, it gives you a positive effect, and if it lands downright, it gives you a negative effect. So, for example, if you get like a fortune card increases your persona's lose stats on a particular persona. And the thing is, it's not on the persona you have equipped, it's a random persona that you have in your stock. So as long as, for this run, we only have Izanagi in our stock, then essentially only Izanagi is going to get affected by it. And we gotta hope that we get upright cards so we can mid-max Izanagi's stats as much as possible. And it's a random chance between 1 or 2 stats going up, essentially. So we definitely want to make sure we mid-max, 3 stats going up, because that's definitely gonna help us get through the game. But unfortunately, we cannot unlock Arcana Chance until we get to the second dungeon. So pretty much every single time Shovel Time appears, I always skip it because there's no point in me doing it.
There's only one enemy. Go for a first strike.
So here we go, Shovel Time. So as you can see, there's blank cards and a Persona card. So obviously if I select the Persona card, then I get Slime. But if I get a blank card, then nothing happens. So if I get a blank card, nothing happens, and that's it. Now, if I have Arcana Chance unlocked, which, again, doesn't get unlocked until the second dungeon, then I have a chance of rolling a major Arcana card with a positive or negative effect. And the positive and negative effects differ depending on what Arcana cards there are. I didn't hate forces. I thought players were overreacting, but now I see they have a point with forces. Yeah, unfortunately they do. I really wanted to love Infinite, but god damn it, they really miss potential him. Except I love Infinite's theme. It's a banger, and I don't care if he's trying to be edgy. I mean, that's kind of the point, is that he is trying to be a diehard and all that. He has a big ego, so of course he's going to be quite edgy and such. I was joking about you not finishing a Shadow the Hedgehog video, saying that there was a curse. Oh, okay, I see. I mean, if you guys want me to do a Shadow the Hedgehog video, yes, I want to do a Shadow the Hedgehog video. Also, having the butterfly next to the boss should be a quality of life thing. Yeah, considering that they removed it in Golden, that's kind of surprising. Good luck with the run. Arcana Shift could be a cool concept, or Arcana Chance. Yeah, Arcana Chance will definitely be pretty cool once we eventually get to it. But unfortunately, until we eventually get it, unfortunately, we can't make use of Arcana Chance. If we could make use of Arcana Chance, we definitely could have made this grind a lot more efficient. That's for sure. We definitely would have been able to make this grind a lot more efficient if we were able to do Arcana Chance, but we can't. So right now, I'm just making my way back to the entrance, and even though I got to level 18 with everyone, I'm going to grind to level 19. I'm going to grind to level 19 just so I can increase my chances more. Because, yeah, even though I got up a level, it doesn't seem like I'm doing enough damage to finish them in one turn. Jesus Christ. At least Teddy is not having us escape at the worst possible time. Okay. So yeah, floor 3 and 4 is definitely not going to be efficient for the grind. We're just going to continue grinding on floor 5. For now, though, we're just going to make our way to a save so we can, well, save. And again, even though we're not gaining the items from the Black Ravens, as long as we're killing the Black Ravens before they attack us, and we're gaining the EXP and money from them, then grinding against them is still worth it. Actually, that is actually one thing that I hope Revival does, is that if they still do the whole collect materials from random encounters and, deliver them to get new armor thing, like if they still have that mechanic implemented, I think there should actually be like a list of possible armors that can be forged and what materials are required for it, and it actually tells you how much materials are required to forge that particular equipment. It doesn't really specify where to get them, but as long as you pay attention and know where to get them, then you know where to get them, and you know how much you need to grind in order to get for them. And it can be like a completed checklist, and maybe there could be an achievement of like forge every single possible equipment at the middle workshop. Like, maybe that could be a possible achievement that could be a thing with the re-release. And it would also make it a slight bit more convenient and such, and encourage people to actually do optional battles so they can forge new equipment just to see what it does. So actually just getting like a sheet that the owner gives you, like, if you can farm me these materials, then I could probably forge this equipment for you. Like, that would actually be a kind of a cool feature to have. How you doing, Sparks 13?
Go for a first strike.
I know Persona Q2 does that. What does Persona Q2 do?
One enemy. Fight, fight, fight. Great work.
Yeah, we're gaining so much money by the end of this grind. It's ridiculous, man. We're not going to be gaining any better equipment by the end of this. I mean, we already have the best possible equipment from this dungeon. The only upside is that we might be able to get better HP items, HP recovery items, when we eventually unlock new items. The thing is, I don't know when new items unlock, but if we can actually get the best, you know, possible HP recovery item that is not just a 50 HP restorative, that would actually definitely help a lot.
One enemy. Now's your chance.
Guard. Guard.
Great work.
Thank you. Persona Q2 gives you what materials you need to get new weapons and armor. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's actually more convenient. Like, I'm pretty sure it would not surprise me if Revival does that, if it actually specifies what equipment you still need to get to forge a particular armor. And maybe it's like categorized with like where to actually get them from the first or second dungeon or whatever. That would actually make it a little bit more convenient. Okay, so there we go. We can save. So now we probably have like 15 to 16 saved hours now, don't we? Yeah, 39. Okay, before we jump back in to grind more, let's see. Actually, what is my total SP? Yeah, I don't want to use a snuff soul yet. I just want to use a simple soul drop. All right. So yeah, don't use a snuff soul until I get under 90 SP. And even then, I may not need to use it for when I eventually fight Shadow Yukio. But there we go, we saved. Now we're gonna go back and grind even more. Yip frickin' P. No, I mean tell you what materials you need. Yeah, I know what you meant. Okay, I settled in the castle. You did? What castle? I did a Nocturnal Fusion run and starting a Matama only run years ago, none of which upload to YouTube, mostly because I only remembered I did 0 scripting by the time the run was over. I mean, if you plan to make a video out of it, I'd say it's worth doing. I mean, these challenge runs do get views. And there's definitely a big audience when it comes to the Megami Tensei games, and especially Persona, so it's definitely worth doing if you want to make your own challenge run video. I mean, it does require some effort, but I'll definitely say if you are doing a challenge run video, script as you're doing the run. Script as you're doing the run, review the footage if you need to, and if you have to do revisions or cut things down to make it shorter so it's not a long explanation, that would definitely be more convenient. I'll definitely say the toughest thing when it comes to challenge runs, especially if you're just starting off making videos, is definitely being able to add enthusiasm and jokes. I'll definitely say if you're adding enthusiasm, definitely practice more with, you know, whoever inspires you, whoever gives you like the talk, you know, on the fly and all that sort of stuff. Like, you definitely want to be able to express more enthusiastically instead of going. And so we go up against Shadow Yukio, where we used some cleave to get some good damage in. And then, yeah, you don't want to talk like that, because if you talk like that, people are definitely going to notice that you're a first-timer and are probably not going to watch you. But as I said, it's definitely something that takes practice, and it's definitely how I started off with making videos. It probably wasn't until I made my Prisoner of Azkaban Let's Play that I started to get a little bit more enthusiastic and even started to make jokes more often. And when you're making jokes more often, don't just do the whole ha 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 funny memes of what's funny nowadays and whatever. Don't use memes, okay? Don't use memes. Don't use what's funny in Roblox or Fortnite or whatever the frick kind of memes there are. I know it's a common thing, but trust me when I say, if you go with that, your humor is gonna run dry. If you're gonna be funny, actually be funny. Actually get a reaction, even if it's like a dark reaction. Like, if you have to talk about Shio jumping off the rooftop, actually make a joke of it. Yes, it's pretty dark making a suicide joke, but you know what? It will make your video funnier if you do make a suicide joke. I guarantee it. Or if you say that, you know, Nanako later in the game, you know, temporarily dies, you could say something like, Nanako beats the speedrun, like Makoto Yuki speedrun record, or Nanako takes a trip up to see her mom, or something like that, you know? You know, don't be afraid of the occasional dark humor. Guard, guard. I'd watch the challenge run video. Why does Golden have fart fog? Well, I mean, it's limitations of the PSP. I would like to do a Persona 5 Royal Challenge run with only Kid Sith on Joker, not Joker only. Well, if you want to do that, do it. I mean, if it's your idea, it's something that you're inspired to do, then go ahead and do it. Obviously, the reason why I'm doing the Izanagi only run is because, well, Izanagi is, well, Yu's main persona. I'm not doing like, oh, I'm going to do it with Pixie or whatever. Like, sure, it could be an interesting run, but it's not going to be as interesting as starting off with, you know, your starting persona. Making a joke of Shio jumping off the roof will make it more grounded. Okay, that's actually a really good one, Sparks13. That was a really good one. I like that. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. You're funny. I'm probably not going to make another Persona 5 challenge run video, but I'll definitely say if I were to do another Shiho joke, I would definitely have Shio jump, and I would have the cartoon sound effect where it goes, and it just goes on for a minute long or something like that to emphasize just how long she's falling and such. Like, that would just be dark. Yeah, making a joke about Shio jumping off the roof will make it more grounded. Yeah. I mean, I did upload the Persona 3 No Social Link run, but there wasn't any interest. In 3 years, it's only gone around 200 views. Oh, really? I'm not sure if I've ever seen that run. I mean, that was on Reload, right? Or which Persona 3 game is that on? But yeah, I'll definitely say if you want to capture someone's interest, you definitely want to try to go for a run that nobody's done before. Like, every single time I do a challenge run, I want to do runs that nobody has done before or hasn't covered to the extent of a challenge run. Because, mind you, there are going to be challenge runs that I'm going to do that people have done before. but I mostly want to aim for runs that people haven't done before, such as the Persona 4 Golden Damageless run, because nobody has done a damageless run of Persona 4 until I eventually got around to doing it. You know, I wanted to do something that nobody else has done before, and that's mostly how I want to do my challenge runs, is to do ideas that haven't been done before, or if they have been done before, do it in a challenge run format, because the run that I'm doing, Final Fantasy 1 with a Black Mage, a Black Mage run has been done lots of times. Mostly on later versions of the game, though. Mostly on later versions of the game, and because nobody's really been doing it on the NES version, I feel like that's original enough, me doing a Black Mage only run on the NES version. There's definitely documents of the run covered, but not really in challenge run format, which is why I'm doing a Black Mage solo run for Final Fantasy 1 on the original NES game. And plus, doing it on the actual OG Final Fantasy 1 just feels right compared to doing a re-release like the Pixel Remaster. And being able to make use of stuff like the Power Peninsula, which they completely removed in the Pixel Remaster. It would definitely make more of an interesting run if I could utilize something like the Peninsula Power, which definitely helps with the grind. Glad you liked the joke. It was importable. I can give you the link if you're interested. I mean, last I checked, a Zelda character was not a part of Persona. Last I checked. Everyone enjoys jokes about Kamoshida being yandere dev. I mean, they're not wrong. Unfortunately, they're not. I'm not gonna lie, I used to follow the development of Yandere Simulator for a while, and even at moments where he was getting canceled, I just saw it as people that were taking his rare negative moments way too far. And I was like, yeah, okay, people are just engaging in cancel culture. I'm not going to engage in it. I'm just going to follow the development, because this does seem like a very interesting game that has definitely potential and such. Unfortunately, he has actually confirmed that he was in contact with a minor. And while it wasn't necessarily sexual physically per se, the conversations he had was definitely more than suggestive that he wanted to do something with her while she was still underage. And yeah, because of that, pretty much almost all of his voice actors, if not all his voice actors, left the project, and rightfully so. And it was around that moment where I was like, I have to stop watching this guy. I have to stop supporting this guy. And it sucks because I really wanted Yandere Simulator to work. I really wanted that game to work. I played some of the games. I even recorded videos and uploaded them onto this YouTube channel. They still exist to this day, by the way. I do have Yandere Simulator videos on It's a Gamer. But I'm not going to do it again because of him pretty much admitting that he's a pedophile. Since then, he's gone to therapy and such. And by all means, I hope he's going to, you know, right his wrongs, but still, it doesn't really excuse the fact that he's engaged in it. I mean, to me, pedophilia in general is an unforgivable crime in general. I mean, I would still like to see Yandere Simulator to completion, but god damn it, Yandere Dev. There was already accusations of you being a pedophile, and of course you had to make it come true. Like, come on. Really pisses me off because he really had potential, but just he really sank his career. Are you having fun? Debatable. I wouldn't say fun, but I'm definitely enjoying myself when it comes to at least engaging with my audience. Yo, dude, hope you've been doing good. What is the challenge run? This game is the challenge run. Doing everything while my friends be my meat shields until I can eventually put them in reserve in the next dungeon. Doing everything with just me and my starting persona, Izanagi. Gotta build up my god to fight another god. What do you think of the Persona 4 Arena games? Never played it. I've never played the Arena games whatsoever. When it comes to the dancing games, I've briefly played the Persona 5 one, but honestly, the rhythm games are just not my thing. And I suck at the harder difficulty ones, so I really don't really care too much about the spin-offs. I mean, when it comes to the spin-offs, the only ones that I've really played was Persona 5 Strikers and Persona 5 Tactica. Persona 5 Strikers I really enjoyed, and Persona 5 Tactica I also enjoyed, but admittedly I never actually beat in the game. I guess it didn't hook me as much as Persona 5 Strikers did, so, and I don't think it hooked as much of other people too. Like, people admit that Persona 5 Tactica is a good game, it's just definitely, it definitely has that spin-off vibe to it that makes you just not want to continue the game. I definitely remember the premise of Tactica being slightly interesting, with you leading a rebellion against like these authority figures and such, which is fitting and themed with Persona 5 and such. And even some of the stuff that's related to the politician was interesting. I think when I last played it, I was at a level that I think represented his school or something, and I played a little bit of that level, but then kind of stopped there. I don't know how far into the game that is, but yeah, I didn't really beat Persona 5 Tactica because it didn't catch my interest as, well, Strikers did. And when it comes to other Persona content, yeah, I just haven't really played the dancing games. I haven't really played the arena games. I'm not even going to bother playing Persona 5 X because, well, I don't support gacha games.
Aha! If we're not doing it, oh.
I actually noticed that my magical damage is getting better, so maybe magical damage might be ideal against Shadow Yukio. But yeah, have I played Q or Q2A? No, I have not. I just arrived to the stream, and the first thing I see in is a chat about Yandere Dev. Unfortunately so. Yeah, it's a game that I wanted to work out, but unfortunately with him practically admitting that, you know, he did this thing that he shouldn't have done. Like, if he's, like, raging during a hard game, so what? I rage during hard games, too. If he has, like, a sex doll or sex pillow or whatever that he humps or whatever, so what? A lot of people do. I know furries that have, like, anthropomorphic body pillows that they hump, you know, so what? You know, let their sexual fantasies be sexual fantasies, but, unfortunately, it's evident the fact that he's definitely a sheltered guy that doesn't know what the real world is like, and because of that, he's definitely someone that doesn't understand what the real world is like, and is definitely someone that thinks anime represents the fantasy of what goes on in real life. Like, there's definitely incompetence with him, for sure. I mean, there is definitely some things that I can appreciate, but it's hard to appreciate when you know what he did and such. And sure, he's gone to therapy about it. He hasn't actually been arrested for it, but still, it doesn't necessarily excuse what he did. I love the rhythm games myself, like Guitar Hero. I definitely remember playing it. I forget if it was Guitar Hero or Rock Band that I played in particular. I know it was like one of the guitar games that I owned and played. I forget if it was Guitar Hero or Rock Band. I forget which one it was, but I remember playing a little bit of it. Persona 5 Tactics didn't interest me. Yeah, it didn't interest me as much, but I don't think it was bad. It just doesn't hook me as much as, well, mainline Persona or even Persona 5 Strikers. If you could pick your favorite Arcana across 3, 4, and 5, which one would it be? Favorite Arcana. That's a difficult one because there's definitely good Arcanas and then bad Arcanas that come with it. It's hard to say because, again, there are some really good Arcanas, but then when you compare to another game, it's like, yeah, they're fine or actually bad. So I can't really say I like that Arcana in particular. Like, the Hierophant Arcana with Sejiro and Dojima is really good. And, well, the Hierophant with the elderly couple is still good. I don't think it's one of the best social links in Persona 3. I mean, let me just think for a second. I mean, the full social link, not going to count that. The Magician, Yosuke's is good. Kenji's is Kenji. Morgana is an automatic one, though at least there's some development within the automatic one. So definitely not the magician. Priestess, you got Yukiko, you got Makoto, and you got Fuka. I could definitely say they're probably one of the more weaker social links, but they're not bad. There's definitely some charm to them. I'm just trying to go in order. So Empress, the distraction thing with the Empress is that noticeably, what's her name?
There's one enemy.
I have to escape.
I'll look for an opening for you. Oh, there.
Like, I'll definitely say Haru's Emperor Social Link is much more engaging than Mitsuru's Social Link. Like, even though I really like Mitsuru as a character, I'll definitely admit her Social Link is definitely pretty weak, especially with the whole idea that she doesn't understand how to eat a hamburger. Like, this is the character you're supposed to be max knowledge with? Really? That makes, like, no sense that she doesn't know how to eat a hamburger. Like, I can believe her not having ramen and all that and not knowing how to, you know, probably show manners to the guy who cooks the ramen and such, but for her not knowing how to eat a burger, like, seriously, this is the girl that you gotta be max academics with? That makes, like, no sense whatsoever. And then, of course, the other Emperor Social Link would be Margaret in this game, and yeah, her Social Link is not good. So definitely not the Empress. When it comes to the Emperor, you got the Student Council, which is a fine social link. You got Kanji, which is a great social link, and Yusuke, which is a great social link. So, I mean, if you like the Student Council one, then I guess the Emperor social links are pretty good. Mostly for Yusuke and Kanji. Those social links are good. Kenji is Kenji. Yeah, great description, yeah. And then who else after that? So after the Empress and Empress, there's the Hierophant. I already addressed the Hierophant. The old couple is good, just not one of the best social links in the game. But the social links with Uncle Dojima and Sojiro are absolutely great and definitely one of the best social links in the game. So the Hierophant and Emperors are definitely pretty strong. And then after that, it's the Lovers. An's is okay, but I guess the idea with hers is still pretty good. Risei's is also okay. And Yukari's is also okay. I think Yukari's is probably the best of the Lovers social link. But yeah, I think the Lovers social links are mostly just okay. Okay, and then after Lovers, it was Chariot or Justice. I forget which number goes first, but for Chariot, Ryuji is great. Chie is pretty good. And who was Chariot for trying to remember. Who was the Chariot for 3? I was Sports Club. I think that one was also good. I'd say Chariot overall is pretty good. And then for Justice, Nanako's is definitely top 3 easily. Akechi, if you're playing the Royal version, top 3 easily. If you're playing Vanilla, bottom 3 easily. And the Justice would be Chihiro's, whatever her name is, from 3. So I'd say Justice is definitely pretty good overall, as long as you're thinking of Royal Akechi's social link and not Vanilla Akechi's social link. Okay, and then after Justice and Emperor, that would be Hermit. The online game was good. The Fox just exists. Fox is not really that great, but at least it's useful. Futaba's is good, but Sojiro's social link is just better. So I'd say the Hermit overall is pretty decent. And then after the Hermit, it is Strength and Fortune. Again, I forget which one comes first, but when it comes to Strength, Yuko social link from 3, I'll definitely say I will admit her social link did get better for me because of the voice acting from 3 Reload. I will admit I am a sucker for that. Her voice was pretty good in 3 Reload, and it definitely made me like her social link more. And Caroline and Justine's was pretty weak because of the requirements of having a specific persona with a specific ability type of social link. And then the one who was strength, who was strength in 4. Actually, I think strength is the sports club. I guess it depends on who you go with. I don't know. I guess the best of the strength would probably be, honestly, Yukio's social link.
There's only one enemy. Go for a first strike. Ooh, there. Now's your chance to run.
Kenji is Kenji. Accurate description. Have you heard of SRB2 Persona? I don't think I have, no. Able to hang out with Shinji as the Femc is precious to me since played Reload before Portable, so I cried a lot of days, so the social link would always be my favorite. Okay, yeah, I know I'm comparing the male social links than the female social links, and that's because I don't remember the female social links as much, honestly. Though I remember some of them being pretty good. Okay, and then after Strength, it was Fortune. 3 with the art club guy is okay. Naoto's is okay, leaning towards good. And Chihaya's is, in my opinion, pretty good. So definitely more good than not good.
One enemy. Fight, fight. We won.
And then after that, it's the Hangman. So the girl with the divorced parents is pretty good. The Hangman with Saki's brother is really good. And then the gun shop owner guy, probably the weakest out of the Hangman social links, but still good.
5 enemies.
Then after that, it's Death. 3 Death, well, it's more of an advanced social link, but at least it's relevant to the overall arc and theme of Persona 3. 4 Death is okay, but still a heartbreaking story. And Takemi is probably the best Death social link, mostly because she is someone that you have to optionally bond with.
There's only one enemy. Go for it.
And I kind of forget what the order is after Death when it comes to the Arcanas. Oh, shoot. Oh. Huh. Yeah, not sure if I even know what SRB2 Persona even is. Yeah, and then, trying to remember what comes after Death. I don't remember what the Arcana orders are, like, at all. But let's just say Temperance. The Temperance social links, 3 was with the exchange student. I'll definitely say, Bebe's social link is much better in Reload as opposed to reading his dialogue in the original, because reading his dialogue in the original, they have to emphasize that he's speaking in a foreign accent, and honestly, that made his social link a little less fun to actually go through, but with him actually being voiced in Reload, he was definitely a much more fun character to hang out with in Reload. The young mother in Persona 4, definitely the most forgettable social link ever, and definitely the worst of the Temperance. And I'll definitely say Kawakami is definitely the best Temperance social link from Persona 5. Okay, so after Death, it's Temperance, Devil, Tower, Star, Moon, and Sun. Okay, so Temperance, I already just gave my opinion on that. My place in Persona 3 are, if I'm correct, I'm still right after the Charity and Justice boss fight, so any tips? I don't know. Just have fun, be good at the game, I guess.
Work, Sensei. That's 1 so far. Good work, Sensei.
For the Devil social links, trying to remember what they are. The Devil social links, the one with the home shopping guy was pretty cynical, but still enjoyable, and definitely some good commentary of how shady businessmen can be. So definitely a good social link in my opinion. The devil with the nurse, definitely the worst. And then Oya, I'll definitely say is not as bad as the nurse. Oya is not as bad as the nurse, but Oya is definitely the worst confidant in Persona 5 for sure. Which is weird because honestly, I admittedly like the idea behind her story, but I think it's pretty much because her social link overall is just not as useful as the other, well, confidants in the game. Oya is just very low on the list, but I'll definitely say the nurse is worse than Oya.
Two enemy shadows.
For me, personally.
First. Oh, there. Now's your chance to run.
And then after Devil, it's Tower. So for the Tower social links, the Monk in Persona 3 is really good. He has some really good commentary when it comes to life and all that. Like, we really don't make friends unless we get something out of it. You know, we don't just make friends just to be nice. We make friends to get something out of it. And there's some good commentary behind him, so I definitely enjoyed the Monk. The Tower with the tutor student, in my opinion, is actually really good, and people seem to not like the tutor student for some reason. And I think it's because as someone who struggled with school, I feel like the pressure of doing your best hits close to home for me. So because of that, I actually really love the Tower social link in Persona 4 with Shu. And I'll definitely say the gamer kid from Persona 5 is probably the weakest Tower social link, but he's still good in my opinion. So I think the Tower social links are overall pretty strong, all three of them. For the star, the rival athlete, in my opinion, is definitely better than people give it credit for. I think the rival athlete social link story is pretty good. Teddy, definitely the weakest star social link. God damn it. Definitely the weakest star social link, Teddy. Mostly for the fact that he's automatic. And the one with Hufume, I'll definitely say Hufume is definitely better compared to the rival athlete's social link. But yeah, hers was pretty good. As for the Moon, Persona 3. So, the Gourmet King, his entire social link pretty much just revolves around you kissing his ass until he eventually corrects his wrongs, essentially. And the best part of his social link is definitely rank 10. But yeah, otherwise, the majority of his social link is pretty much just you tolerating him until you eventually complete it. And obviously, I go out of my way to complete it because, well, there's no point in not completing the Moon social link. But yeah, the Moon social link in Persona 3 is definitely the weakest. Ebihara is probably the best Moon social link, where she starts off unlikable and actually becomes a unique character that you can actually see beyond, you know, who she is and such. And in my opinion, Ebihara is definitely pretty good and is better than people give it credit for, especially when you actually do complete her story. Ebihara is definitely the best Moon social link. And there we go. We got Izanagi up to level 14. Frick yes. Strength, magic, and luck. Unfortunately, no endurance. God damn it. But at least we have better strength, which means we should be able to one-shot the trans twins going forward. And yeah, we're definitely not going to get Izanagi to level 15 before we fight Yukio. So we're definitely going to prioritize getting our party members to level 19. Okay, where was I? Yeah, Moon. So, the Gourmet King was definitely the weakest. Ebihara is the best. And Makoto... No, Makoto Yuki, or Yuku... No, sorry, not Makoto. Mishima, that's his name. Mishima, definitely a good social link in my opinion. It's definitely a good social link, and people seriously overhate that character for no reason, or don't understand what his character is supposed to be. Definitely an overhated character in my opinion, but definitely the second best Moon social link compared to I. And then, last but not least, the Sun. Okay, without a doubt, the best Sun social link and the best social link in Persona 3 is Akinari. Akinari's social link is 10 out of 10. There's no question about that. His social link is 10 out of 10. Absolutely love Akinari's social link. As for the other Sun social links, depending on who you go for the cultural clubs are definitely the weakest when it comes to the Sun social links. And when it comes to Persona 5, the politician, Yoshida, is definitely the second best Sun social link.
You can attack before them.
And then any social links beyond that, there's the Aeon social link. So Marie's definitely the weakest, and Aigus definitely being the best. And then in terms of like the other social links, after that, it would be Maruki and Kasumi. And I guess between the two, I guess Maruki is definitely the better and more interesting social link between Maruki and Kasumi. So there you go. Now you got my opinions of all the social links throughout the entire darn game. Okay, let me just catch up on stuff that I haven't been reading here. So, given how hard Persona 4 is compared to Golden, you, sir, are brave. Why, thank you, one who waits. After death, I remember it's the Aeon who's last. Okay. I love Kawakami. She's my favorite social link in Persona 5. Definitely top 3 for me, for sure. If Ume Confidant is more useful than Oya, definitely Oya. Oya is especially useless in Royal since you never get kicked out of the palace at 100%. Yep. First rule of Persona 3, we don't talk about the Moon social link. No, 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 no. We don't talk about the Gummy King. Which, by the way, have you guys seen the thing that apparently Disney is actually doing sign language for like their recent 3D animated movies for some of their musical specials? I'm not sure if you guys have seen that, but they were doing like the sign language thing with like We Don't Talk About Bruno, one of the songs from Moana and one of the songs from Frozen 2. I gotta say, I appreciate the dedication, and knowing that that's legit animated and not AI definitely makes me appreciate it all the more. Like, I definitely appreciate Disney actually going out of the way to actually have a sign language version of their songs, actually going out of their way to make their characters use sign language. Is actually pretty cool. Now, obviously, it's sign language only for the English speakers and not for every single sign language in existence, but still, I definitely appreciate them going out of their way to do that. That was actually pretty cool to see. Despite Makoto being more popular than some of the others, not like going through her confidant, Persona Makoto from 5. What is OG Persona 4? Because I'm new to this. OG Persona 4 is the original Persona 4 on the PlayStation 2 before it eventually became Persona 4 Golden. Oh, and Judgment is at the final Arcana before World Arcana, which has no social links. I mean, there are social links behind it, but I guess when it comes to the Judgment social links, I definitely say out of all the Judgment social links, even though they are story progressive, Sainijima is definitely the weakest Judgment social link, even though it's around a character and not a group. In terms of the groups between the Nyx Annihilation team or the Investigation team, I guess the Investigation team hits a little harder than the Nyx Annihilation squad, but I guess both are kind of equal, I guess. I love the Arcana social link. Everyone does. I think everyone does. I don't think I know anybody who doesn't like it. I don't know, people who think Persona 3 is too depressing and just want to play Persona for the sake of Bane and Minors, I guess. You know, those kind of people. Like, seriously, if you're playing Persona for the sake of having a dating sim, get the frick out of here. I mean, not that the dating mechanic is not necessarily a bad thing or anything, it's just, if that's your only reason, then you have no reason to play Persona. You really don't. Trust me, the dating mechanic in pretty much every Persona game is definitely the weakest part of Persona, in my opinion.
There's only one enemy. Go for a first strike. One enemy. Fight.
I'm going to be brutally honest right now. I have never done Yoshida's Confidant. Well, there's always a first whenever you get around to doing him. So your favorite Arcana is Tower. Yeah, I guess overall the Tower Arcanas are actually pretty solid, all things considered. The Monk is definitely the best. Shu personally hits close to home for me when it comes to expectations of doing well in school. And the gamer social link will probably be the weakest. It's definitely still a really great social link. And I'll admit his whole struggle with his mom being like an absolute Karen honestly made me tear up, honestly. Like, honestly, I really love the tower social links. So yeah, I guess the tower social links and probably the strongest, honestly, now thinking about it. Even though I absolutely love Akinari, I really don't care about the Sun social links in Persona 4. At least story-wise. I mean, I don't... Okay, let me rephrase that. The Sun social links in Persona 4, I don't care about the music one, but the drama one, in my opinion, definitely has a good story and idea behind it. At least in my opinion. I think an underrated link is the monk in 3. I'm not sure if it's underrated or not, but the monk, in my opinion, is definitely really good. Definitely the best of the tower social links, and I really love the other 2 tower social links. The epilogue for Akinari's social link, when you talk to his mom, always brings a tear to my eyes. Yeah, especially when you do the reload version. The voice actress does an amazing job of voicing her lines, and she definitely adds on to the heartbreak of the entire conclusion to his social link. But it definitely feels like a solid conclusion that is not only appropriate for his social link, but appropriate for the overall arc and message of Persona 3 in general. The towers are solid. Careful what you say, because 2 of them are kids, you know. Okay, so I'm just gonna save since I just upgraded Izanagi. So let me just quickly check my stats here. Okay, so we're just under 900 to get to the next level. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that and get to level 19 with all of them. So we're just under 100 EXP left to level up. And as for Izanagi, it's probably gonna be a long time. Yeah, it's gonna be a long time before he can even get to level 15. But considering that I got better strength with him from doing that recent grind, I think this will give me at least a bit of an edge towards Shadow Yukiko and the Charming Prince. Especially since I've been mostly relying on physical attacks. Oh yeah, she definitely nailed the role for sure. What Arcana do you think you have? I have no idea. Do I smell a Mara joke? Yeah. Okay. I am not going there. I played the classic Persona trilogy recently, 1, Innocent Sin, and Eternal Punishment. So amid, I'm biased towards the Judgment Arcana, mostly because of that Persona. That's totally fair. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to upgrade Izanagi any more than this, because, yeah, that is like a ridiculous amount of EXP to level up. That's probably going to take us like 4, maybe 5 hours to level that up. So I think what we're going to do for the rest of this stream is try to get you and, well, our party members at least up to level 19. And hope level 19 is more than enough for Shadow Yukiko. I just got to make sure that I'm a little bit conservative when it comes to my SP management. So I have 2 Snuff Souls left, so I'll definitely want to use at least 1. But I really only want to use it if I know for sure it's going to restore exactly 50. Okay, it's going to restore exactly 50 if I restore it now, but I'll do it after I at least... Actually, did I save? Did I save? Let me save. I'm going to save on the off chance I get a crash or something, because at least I made progress. So I got Izanagi up 1 level, I got everybody up a level, but I'm going to get them up another level to level 19. So being 4 levels above Shadow Yukiko should hopefully help with the damage scaling, because the main problem with us getting through the Shadow Yukiko fight, at least for me getting through the Shadow Yukiko fight, is pretty much just her doing too much damage, and my party wasting their protects before they eventually need to use them because I want to keep my meat shields alive for as long as possible. And if I have to grind to level 20, expect another stream of this. Otherwise, after I get to level 19, I will be doing the Shadow Yukiko fight on my own time. I'll be doing the Shadow Yukiko fight on my own time and seeing if Shadow Yukiko is doable. But I'm going to grind to level 19 and make level 19 the level that I hopefully beat Shadow Yukiko at. And I'm definitely not going to grind Izanagi any more levels than he already is. So once again, we're going to go to floor 5 just so we have less Raven spawns. I mean, even though the Ravens are a decent grind, I'm not gaining as much EXP from them. And since I have like 99 of their item, I really want to be able to gain... I want to make sure that I'm gaining items that are at the very least while helping me gain more money. I mean, despite the grind, I'm pretty sure all these items that I can sell are, well, not gonna give me any more items to forge because I think I forged every possible item with the enemies that I've already grinded against. I feel like the Tower Arcana would work for twins. Why would you say the Tower would work for twins? I take the Tower Confidant any day in Persona 5R. Vanilla Persona 5 made me uncomfortable around Akechi. Like, why are we bonding? I don't want you around me. Go away. But Royal definitely changed my mind about it. Yeah, Royal definitely justified both Akechi's character and Akechi himself. Like, I thought Akechi was a fine character in Vanilla, but Royal definitely made him not only a more tolerable character to be around, but actually one that you felt sorry for despite the baddies caused. Do I remember correctly that Shadow Yukiko doesn't have an ice weakness in the PS2 version? Yep, you remembered correctly. Yeah, Shadow Yukiko does not have an ice weakness whatsoever. Okay, we still can't one-hit kill these hands, so we're gonna escape. Now, Shadow Yukiko definitely has, like, double the amount of HP in Golden, and that's to compensate with the fact that she has an ice weakness. So even though we have less HP to deal with technically, she's still probably a harder version of the fight. And when it comes to the Charming Prince, he's actually weak to ice instead of electricity. Like in the Golden version, he was weak to electricity, but in this version, he's weak to ice attacks. Oh, this is actually a perfect spawn. And this is a red enemy? Seriously? Okay, so now I have enough to use at least a Snuff Soul. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't need to use SP Restoratives when I'm fighting Shadow Yukiko. But at least I have enough SP space to at least use a Snuff Soul. So I'll do that like right now while I'm thinking about it. So here we go. Snuff Soul. And there we go. Still a little bit of SP capacity not filled, which is good. Because again, I may not use all of my SP. Now, I'm not prioritizing grinding on this floor. I'm prioritizing getting to the 5th floor for the grind. Persona 5, Futaba's Palace was longer, and each enemy you fought was overpowered. Also, the puzzles were longer. They cut it in half in Royal. I mean, I definitely played the vanilla version at least 3 playthroughs of it, so I definitely remember a good chunk of the vanilla version, but it's definitely been a long while that I definitely remember the Royal versions more. Yes, she has 2 times less HP in vanilla than Golden, yeah. I'm quite fond of the bosses not having a weakness or being immune down or dizzy. Yeah, having them not have a weakness definitely adds more challenge. It definitely gives more character expression when it's like, oh, I'm just going to burn her with fire or ice or whatever. Just having that character expression to use whatever you want definitely makes the fights at least more fun.
2 enemies
Though some might disagree with that. Some might disagree with that and actually want to have a weakness because it makes the fights easier or it makes them feel stronger or whatever.
Great work.
I mean, personally, I don't know what I prefer. I'll definitely say the Avenger Knight not having a fire weakness definitely makes it more intolerable in the original version, but I think it's more acceptable for Shadow Yukio in this case.
Two enemies.
But we also have to bear in mind that they started off with no weakness. It wasn't until a re-release version actually gave them a weakness. It's not like they decided to remove a weakness. They never had a weakness to begin with until the re-release version decided to give them a weakness. And it wouldn't surprise me if Persona 5 Revival decided to keep their weaknesses just so they can at least have the strategy that most of us are familiarized with from the Golden version. Considering that more people have probably played Golden than they have the original Persona 4.
There's only one enemy. Go for a first strike.
Okay, I'm still not getting criticals on this goddamn thing.
Now's your chance to run.
Though I'm definitely doing more damage than usual. So yeah, once again, we're gonna try to get ourselves up to try to get ourselves to level 19 with every single party member. That's pretty much the plan now. We're not grinding for Izanagi anymore because Izanagi requires too much EXP to get to level 15. But we're definitely noticeably doing better damage than before. So our numbers are definitely going up. And I could definitely say as a gamer, I like higher numbers. Unless it's prices and taxes. Prices and taxes being higher numbers can go screw off. I love Persona 5's story and each character and what message it was trying to get across back then. It's been a year since I played Royal. I don't remember the story in Royal being more raw. I don't know. I mean, the story is mostly unchanged between the Royal and Vanilla. It's just Royal added more with like the addition of Maruki and Kasumi, and then of course the third semester content.
I smell two. Okay, I'll look for an opening for you. Oh, there! Now's your chance to run.
I thought I'd have trouble with the sleeping table and portable, then the Prote got 3 crits with his normal attack in a row. Of course, you get that lucky RNG. That's what you get for RNG and us to death, you sleeping table. It's interesting how he was considered like the hardest Tartarus Guardian fight in Persona 3. So much so that when they made Persona 4, they made him like the second last boss you had to fight in this game.
One enemy. Now's your chance.
Because yeah, the sleeping table becomes the second mandatory optional mid-boss, or mandatory mid-boss that you had to fight in the true final dungeon of the game, Yumatsu Harasaka. You don't know what Yumatsu Harasaka is? Well, let me just tell you that they got you with a fake ending. Yeah, I seriously hated how the true ending was implemented in Persona 4. It not only makes the game feel anticlimactic and the pacing is just not good whatsoever, but just the fact that you're playing a really long-ass game and the fact that it gets you with a gotcha ending, there's actually more, and you realize you already made a clear save data and can't go back to experience that dungeon. I don't know, it feels more like a slap in the face to me, if anything. Like, I get the purpose behind it, that the truth is evasive, and sometimes what we think is the truth is not the truth at all, and the developers admit that it's supposed to give you a sense of false happiness and such, which was the whole idea of them hiding that true dungeon, but I don't know, it's a video game, and the fact that it takes over 100 hours just to get to that point in the game just feels more like a slap in the face to me, that you have to practically say a random no option to a question that is simply asking you, do you want, it's time to return home. It doesn't ask you, like, is there more to do or anything like that. It doesn't make you think that there's more to the game, and to me, that's just bad game design. Which, for whatever reason, when I did my Persona 5 or Persona 4 Revival needs and wants video that I did a couple months back. A lot of people were in disagreement with me on that, and honestly, that surprises me. It honestly surprises me how much people defend how evasive the true ending is. And the thing is, I'm not against the idea, I just hate how it's implemented. Oh god, you guys are commenting a lot, and I'm so behind on your comments. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Okay, turn around, turn around, turn around, and around. I love Persona 5's story and each character and what message it was trying to get across back then. Okay, I think I already read that comment. I won and replayed Royal a few weeks ago on my 100th or 100 hour save. Added another 100 hours, and honestly, the final boss in Royal hit more than I thought it would. I hope that P4R has more mini bosses since 3R seems to have more gatekeepers. I feel like it's slightly more realistic, I hope. I guess we'll see what they do. P4R really needs to add an in-game animation when summoning the ultimate persona Izanagi no Okami. I guess we'll see what they do. Similar to when Ren summons, say, Denial. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they make it a little bit more epic. Yeah, I will agree with that. In the final dungeon, Izanami says Namatame failed to awaken to his Izanagi. What do you think it would be after seeing Adachi's Izanagi? Well, I mean, considering that Adachi's Izanagi is supposed to be a corrupted Izanagi and mine is a godlike Izanagi, I think the Izanagi of Namatame would probably be kind of like this heroic peace looking persona, if that makes sense. I don't know if I can really image that to you guys, but kind of a peacemaker kind of persona, like a superhero or something. I think that's probably what his Izanagi would probably look like. I don't think games need to cater to people's conveniences. I mean, no, it doesn't, but the final dungeon still needs not necessarily more clarity. It exists, but it definitely should not be that evasive. Like, I don't care what people say. It's bad game design, period. It's bad game design, and you shouldn't sacrifice bad game design for the sake of getting across a message. In my opinion, that's just bad. Like, there's moments where getting across a game message while being inconvenient to the player does work. Like, for example, believing that Namatame is the killer originally fits towards the themes of Persona 4, and in my opinion, that works. That works, but just hiding the true ending behind an arbitrary yes or no option to just simply going home is just bad game design for me. And it's even worse than vanilla, because not only do they give you a gotcha once, but gotcha twice, by essentially saying that you should go home when you interact with the elevator, and you have to say no again before you can enter the elevator, and that's just really bad game design. There's no reason that a dungeon should be that evasive. No reason whatsoever. I don't care if people like it, I still say it's bad game design. If there was a clue about the evasive ending, it would be different. I don't know. To me, it's still bad game design. Megatsu Izanagi when he returns from hell after he fails to save his wife Izanami. Izanagi no Okami when Izanagi purges the corruption that was attached itself to him. Now, unfortunately, I don't know much about my Izanagi and Izanami lore all that much. Because honestly, the first time I've ever heard of them was through this game. And of course, they were in Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne on New Game Plus, but even I didn't even interact with them because I didn't fulfill the requirements to get the additional press turn. Alright, let me just quickly check. What are my stats? Okay, at least we're getting there. It's not going to take too long to get to level 19, but it's definitely going to take longer to get to level 20, and I hope I don't need to grind to level 20. I hope level 19 is enough to beat Shadow Yukiko. We just got to hope that we get some good luck, good evades, and that terror voice doesn't connect to our main character, and that our meat shields stay long enough to stay alive until we can finish the fight. And hopefully we can finish the fight with our meat shields KO'd, because if they're KO'd, that means all the experience will be going towards us.
It's our turn first. There's 3 enemies. 2 enemies left. Good work, Sensei. That's how it's done. Great work.
Alright, finished one of my 5 drinks that I have on my desk. But I'm getting low on literally everything else, and I barely touched my water. Of course, I'm touching everything that is flavorful and not my water. Ugh. Bad habits I have. Bad eating habits I have. Alright, bronze dice. Nice. Let's electrocute the heck out of this dice. Okay, still not enough to one-hit kill the dice, but yeah, I guess I'll have to figure out when I eventually fight Shadow Yukio and geez, why am I blanking out on his name? The Charming Prince, whether or not if Zero is going to do more damage than my simple melee attack. Would it help if the thought saving is to go back home, didn't have a yes or no prop, and the idea was to go home sooner without being or feeling forced to? I don't know how they can implement it better, but they need to implement it better. Random question, but what is your favorite Persona overall? I mean, overall, it would definitely be Persona 5 Royal. I think it's definitely the best completed package of a Persona game, with Persona 3 Reload being a close second. I mean, Persona 3 Reload is definitely a slight bit tainted by its dated game design of just being a dungeon crawler all throughout, but the convenience is that Reload give it definitely make it the more tolerable experience to play compared to Fest, even though some might argue that Fest is the better experience because, while it was designed with AI-controlled party members in mind. But I'll definitely say the best overall package of a Persona game is definitely Persona 5.
Go for a first strike. Go, Sensei. Let's go. We're not gonna. A waste.
Very hot take, but I am not ready fan of Risei's romance. Sorry, very hot take, but I am not ready fan of Risei's romance route in Persona 4. That's fine. Again, I'm pretty much indifferent to the whole romance thing in Persona in general. Either because, I don't know, it just doesn't add much to me, to be honest. Like, I'll still go out of my way to, like, maybe aim towards a certain character that, you know, if I was the main character, I would probably want to spend time with more or whatever, but for the most part, I just date every single girl in the game because it's just more fun being a cheat and D-bag. For the longest time, I knew the color Persona 6 and it was green, and the main character was female, but given that I learned that 10 years ago, it more than likely changed. Okay, man from the future. Now that we know that it's a female protagonist and the color is green, I guess it's spoiled for us. So what is the main theme of Persona 6? Jealousy, envy, the overuse of, like, internet? The need of wanting what we don't have? The lack of understanding people who are different than you, although technically Metaphor Fantasio definitely did that theme better. How does it feel playing a challenge that prevents you from using your husband's cert? Sad. Pretty darn sad that I can't use my husband-o's cert. He was definitely one of the best personas I was able to use in my Persona 4 Golden Damages run, as well as my Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne run. Sucks that I can't use him. It sucks that I can't look at his polygonal ass every single time he uses his Ragnarok. And hard to say if I would ever use them in my Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance run. I mean, I guess it depends on when I get there, when I eventually get there, but I'm pretty sure there's like better fire users than Cert in Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, I think, but I'll have to see when I eventually get around to continuing that run.
There's only one enemy. Go for a first strike.
Come on, land that critical, you. You land critical. Land critical, you. The main colors, similar to Val 4, is yellow, red for 5 and royal. I don't know the theme of 6 could be other than it's green and that the main character is female, but who really knows? Well, I guess we'll see in due time. I mean, I think having a female protagonist would definitely be a great shake-up for the series for sure. I mean, yeah, we've had our female optional protagonist for Persona 3 Portable, and of course, Aegis in episode Aegis, but I don't think it really hits as much as, you know, a Persona game being built from the ground up with a female protagonist. And considering that, especially in Japanese culture, there's just a lot of, like sexist difference between men and women in Japanese culture, I think having a female perspective would actually be pretty interesting for a Persona game. Now all the male players are going to complain and say that the game is too woke, that you're playing as a female character. Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I will happily play as a character regardless of what their gender is. I don't care if it's male, female, non-binary, or transgender or whatever. As long as it's a good, you know, playable character, I am totally fine playing whatever gender, okay? I can play The Last of Us and enjoy playing as Joel for Last of Us 1, or playing as Ellie for Last of Us 2, or even Abby for Last of Us 2. You know, it's still fun playing as those characters because they still have an entertaining game. Gender really does not matter to me. Though, usually when I design characters where I have a choice between male or female, I still go with male for usually my first playthroughs because, well, I'm male. But still, if they have a female protagonist through and through, I'm all for it.
Two enemy shadows. You get to go first. One enemy. Fight. Victory!
I just had an interesting idea for a Persona game where the main theme is dealing with mental health issues. I think that might be out of the league for something that's Persona related, to be honest. I'd welcome a female protagonist, yeah, same. Given how Kasumi was supposed to be the main character in Royal but couldn't because of time constraints, I mean, I don't think it would have worked out so well, especially if this was supposed to be a expansion and all that. I think Kasumi works out really well as just another party member that you can have and another important character to the storyline. I just wish that you could actually play as her sooner in the game and not just for the final dungeon of the game. And a final dungeon that could be missable if you don't max out Maruki's confidant.
One enemy. Now's your chance. Go, Sensei. You not.
Here's our chance. Sure? I mean, that's fine, but...
Victory!
I wouldn't be surprised if they added that in Persona 6. Added what? I did like how they brought the female protagonist in Persona Q2. But yeah, I think having like a female protagonist, you know, a Persona game built from the ground up with a female protagonist in mind would definitely be a good idea for sure. Not for the sake of just having a female protagonist, but just the idea of building the game from the ground up from a female's perspective and not just a male's perspective. Because, yeah, even though I believe in equality and that there shouldn't really be any difference between male and female, unfortunately the reality is that there is difference in perspective and how society treats gender between male and female, especially in Japanese culture. So, like, if there's more sexism and such, we can actually see it from, like, the female's perspective and such. And I think having that perspective would definitely be interesting for a game. I mean, again, I enjoy playing as Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2, even Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, even though I personally enjoy Ellie more as a character. And I enjoy playing as Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. I've done a female character in Fallout 4, and
There's only one enemy. Go for a first strike.
yeah, no problem if they decide to have a full female character. And wow, we can actually kill those dice with one Zeo now. Sweet. I mean, not that it matters because we would just follow it up with a basic attack anyway. I never really had issues playing as a chick on video games. Yeah, I mean, if you do have an issue, then I have to question your priorities. I mean, if you prefer playing as, you know, I mean, if, for example, if a game gives you the option of playing as a male or female character, say like in Fallout or Hogwarts Legacy or whatever, and you prefer playing as the gender that you are, that makes sense. That makes total sense, you know. No harm in that. Or if you prefer playing as the opposite sex, then go for it. It's your character. You do whatever you want. Like, when I played Hogwarts Legacy and Fallout 4 for the first time, I went with a male protagonist because, well, I'm male myself.
Two enemies, Chef. Oh, there. Now's your chance to run.
But yeah, the games are really no different regardless if you play as a male or female protagonist. Although there is kind of one perk that does kind of differ in Fallout 4 in particular. It's the one where you have like a higher chance of seducing or a higher charisma chance against the opposite sex. It's definitely stronger when you play as a female because there's just more male characters in the game that you can seduce than female characters in the game that you can seduce. So if anything, the female character is actually stronger in Fallout 4 than the male character. I mean, they try to have a mix of male and female characters, but there's definitely more male characters that you have to interact with and use your charisma to either, you know, get by them passively or try to get past a speech check or whatever. And heck, Hogwarts Legacy even gives you the option to have transgender characters. You know, in a game that is written by an author who has pretty much fully come out as transphobic. Yeah. I hate the whole discord around Harry Potter. The fact that you can't like the series just because the author is transphobic. To me, I just separate the art from the artist. Like, I'll thank the J.K. Rowling for the series she created, and that I can appreciate. I just don't support her views on the whole anti-transgender thing. Like, if she's fighting for women's rights, great for her, but she's going the wrong way about it. Despite that, I still enjoy, you know, the Harry Potter movies, and I'll definitely look forward to watching the Harry Potter TV show when it eventually comes out. Just bear in mind that the TV show is not a remake of the movies, it's another adaptation of the books. I hate it when people say that they're trying to erase history and, you know, pretend that the movies don't exist. No, it's just another adaptation of the books, and if anything, they can adapt parts of the books that the movies did not adapt. So if anything, I'm more optimistic towards the TV show of Harry Potter than I am pessimistic. Like, yeah, it may not be as good as the movies, but I'm open to it. I'm honestly open to it. I played Alice Madness Returns when it released all those years ago on the Xbox 360. I definitely know of the game, but I've never played it, unfortunately. I definitely know of the character, and I even did a little cosplay in one of my skits. I think it was for, like, one of my Sonic Boom vlogs that I did. It was, like, Sonic Boom vlogs, and I think it was around Chef Amy or something like that, I think the episode was called. It was like Chef Amy for Sonic Boom Vlogs, and I pretty much played as the Mad Alice character, and I was pretending to be like a manager at a restaurant company, and when this one worker is not doing his job, I just straight up kill him with a knife. Yeah, definitely one of my dark sense of humors when I was doing the Sonic Boom Vlogs, which I really enjoyed doing, but definitely don't plan to continue again because it's, well, I don't think anybody is watching the Sonic Boom TV show anymore. Never forget in Fallout 4, will you comply? Maybe. I really enjoyed the movies and tried Hogwarts Legacy, but couldn't get into it. I mean, it's fine. Opinions are opinions. I personally really enjoyed Hogwarts Legacy. I wish there was more of a morality system to it. Like, yeah, there is options of you engaging in dark magic, and there's even, like, 2 possible endings with one of the optional hangout routes or in the main story, but it really doesn't make all that much of a difference. To give the answer, I pretty much didn't betray Sebastian, and I pretty much went with the supposed good ending for the main story. But in my opinion, Hogwarts Legacy is still a really great game. It's a game that I wanted to do a challenge run on. The only thing is that A, I can't really think of a challenge run to do on it, despite the variety it has. And if there is challenge runs on the game, A, it's already been done, and C, there is the issue of people having the issue of me covering a game that is made by a transphobic author, and I really don't want to deal with that, honestly. Like, I would love to cover something Hogwarts Legacy related, but I really don't want to deal with the whole Harry Potter discourse with, like, J.K. Rowling and all that bullshit. Like, yeah, I don't support J.K. Rowling's views. I'm all for transgender rights and all that, but, you know, I separate the art from the artist. You know, why can't I enjoy this Harry Potter stuff? Oh, it's because you're giving her royalty fees and whatever. If you're giving her royalty fees, then you're indirectly causing concentration camps for trans people. No, I'm freaking not. Regardless if I engage in Harry Potter content or not, a rich woman is still gonna stay a rich woman regardless. Her views are still gonna be her views. My money is just gonna be nothing but a freaking penny to her. Okay? Even if I were to, you know, even if everybody were to stop engaging in Harry Potter altogether, she's still gonna be rich. She's still gonna be able to make money passively regardless of how much you boycott her. And I just hate that council culture mindset that, oh, if everybody stops supporting her all at once, it'll be funny and she'll be poor for the rest of her life. It's not going to happen, guys. Your fantasy of just destroying J.K. Rowling is not freaking going to happen. That's just you engaging in your politically correct culture that I'm always right and she's always wrong and all that. And it's just a toxic mindset. Like, yeah, I disagree with her overall opinions on, you know, transgender people, but still, at least have some common sense about it. And unfortunately, people don't have common sense because, yeah, internet can just be very toxic. Did you ever play a Xbox 360 game called The Darkness? No, I haven't. I don't think I've even heard of it. If you were a class in a RPG, which one would you be? Me, definitely a cleric or some kind of healer class. Me personally, I definitely would not be a tank. I think if I were to be any kind of class, I would probably be some sort of magic user. Either between, like, a white magic user for healing and supporting, or a black magic user for offensive damage. I think those roles would definitely fit me better than being, like, a tank or physical fighter or ranged attacker. I think being a magic user would personally fit me more, pretty much. It's just whether or not if I'm more offensive magic or supportive magic, that's kind of hard to say. Maybe a combination of both. Maybe I'm a jack of trades between both, like black magic and white magic or something. You know, the red mage from Final Fantasy 1 or something.
Aha, you sure? I mean, that's fine, but...
You know what you can do and not give her money? A challenge run on the Game Boy Color Harry Potter games. I mean, I have thought of the possibility of doing a challenge run on, like, the licensed games released on GameCube. I even thought of the possibility of doing a no Birdie Box flavored beans run for, like, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. But the problem is that it's definitely impossible, because I was looking at the very first dungeon of the game where you have to do some tutorials at the wand shop, and let's just say there's a bunch of beans in the way and you just can't get past those beans, so that run is impossible. And because there's not enough variety in those licensed games, I just really can't think of a challenge run to really do in those Harry Potter licensed games. But alternatively, if I were to do a run on, like, the licensed games, I don't think it's impossible, honestly. Oh yes, first time defeating that enemy, frick yes. How many of their items? I don't even get the item that I want. Okay, that enemy just gave me a lot of whatever EXP there. Okay, that was actually a good enemy for me to go after. So whenever I see a red enemy on this floor, I should definitely go after them if it spawns that, because 2 basic attacks, if I get the player advantage, will definitely give me a lot of EXP. Okay, so how are we in terms of progress? Okay, we're actually doing pretty good. Rangeful Barbarian. Are you saying that our fantasy is only fiction? Maybe. Maybe not. So wizard? Yeah, it'd probably be a wizard or a mage. Whether if I would be more black mage or white mage, it's hard to say. I think I would be a combination of both. I'd probably be a Jack of Trades character, kind of a master of all types of magic, but not a master in none and all, because I think I have the heart of like being offensive and fighting my enemies, but also the heart of wanting to heal my allies and such. So I think I'd probably be like a red wizard, a combination of both white and black magic, but not a master of either. Damn, imagine turning 21 and then some evil eldritch creature pops up and you tries to take control of you. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to the grind. So we're getting closer to level 19 with everyone. And yeah, whenever we see a red enemy, we should definitely try to attack it. And if we can actually get that particular enemy to spawn, that could actually be a good source of EXP to get. And if we can get their item, that would actually be even better, because then we can potentially forge whatever item they have, even if it's going to be an item that's going to forge equipment for someone else. I mean, I don't know what the Magical Magus, I think that's what they're called, the Magical Magus drops. I don't know what item they drop or how many of them we need to forge whatever equipment, and if that said equipment is even going to be useful at all. Probably not, but we'll see. But yeah, if I were to do like a challenge run on a Harry Potter game, I have thought of the possibility of doing the licensed games, because I'm pretty sure not many people would complain if I do the licensed games, because A, I bought these when I was a child, you know, way back before anybody knew about J.K. Rowling's controversial opinions and all that, and way before the Discord even took place. Like, I still have like the Harry Potter games. I still have like the Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban, and I even did a Let's Play on the first 3 Harry Potter games on this channel. If you want to see that, I actually do have a Let's Play of the first 3 Harry Potter games on the GameCube version on this channel. And while I have thought of the possibility of like doing all Harry Potter games, I've never got around to Goblet of Fire, because let's just say Goblet of Fire was not a good game. Order of the Phoenix was an okay game, but Goblet of Fire was a pretty bad Harry Potter game. But yeah, if you were to ask people who played like the Harry Potter license games, a lot of people will say the first 3 Harry Potter games were fun, good, and were charming, and that I agree with. I mean, depending on what you grew up with, you either grew up with the Philosopher's Stone on like the original version, or you grew up with the one that was released after Chamber of Secrets. I did kind of both. I did play a little bit of the PC versions of the Harry Potter games, but I don't really remember them as much, and I don't know if I have access to those games to this day, honestly, or if there's a way for me to access them, because they're very old games. But the GameCube versions of Harry Potter, I can definitely say, you know, I grew up with Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban, and by the time I did a Let's Play on both of them, I played Sorcerer's Stone all the way through when I rented it, but I never owned the game, so I had to get the game off of eBay, and I did a Let's Play of it on my channel, when I eventually got around to that. So I did a full Let's Play of Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, and, well, it's called Sorcerer's Stone, but the proper name is Philosopher's Stone, for the GameCube version on this channel. So if you want to see like a Let's Play of me doing the Harry Potter games, I do have the GameCube versions of Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, and Philosopher's Stone on this channel. Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Yeah, apparently that was actually more the fault of the actor for not reading the books. Like, he did not read the books, and he thought he had to deliver the line in an aggressive manner. And I guess the director never clarified that he was supposed to deliver it in a calm manner. I think that was actually more the actor's fault, if anything. But that's also not his fault if he's not really reading the books, because I get not reading the books, so that way you can stay in the character in the moment, I guess. But to me, it's really not a big deal. Like, yeah, Goblet of Fire and probably even Half-Blood Prince is probably like the least best when it comes to the book adaptations. In fact, I would say that Goblet of Fire is like the worst adapted one. Like, I've read all 7 books, and yeah, Goblet of Fire is definitely the least best adapted one, but it's still a good adaptation of Goblet of Fire. And Half-Blood Prince is probably the second worst because, yeah, they focus too much on the romance aspect and they have too much comedy in Half-Blood Prince, whereas in the book it was definitely a lot more darker and there was definitely more emphasis on, like, yeah, there was relationships and all that was going on, but it was not the main focus. And even with it being the main focus, they definitely screwed up Harry and Ginny in the movies. Like, Ginny is such a, not necessarily a bad character, but she was definitely a little too bland in the movies, whereas in the books, she was definitely one of the more endearing characters. Honestly, I don't remember too much of how endearing she was because it's been a long time since I read the books. But even I remember that the romance between Harry and Ginny in the movies was definitely underwhelming compared to the books. How difficult would you rate the super bosses in 3, 4, and 5? I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by super bosses. I guess when it comes to the Reaper, Persona 3's Reaper is definitely the hardest. And I guess the Reaper in 5 would be the second hardest, but it's kind of trivialized when you get late game skills, I guess. And especially trivialized if you use the flu season exploit in the original vanilla game. But if you're talking about the Velvet Room attendants, I'll definitely say the easiest is definitely Margaret. So easy that I even proved a damageless strategy for her possible. Like, I actually beated Margaret damageless in Persona 4 Golden. I don't know how she is in the vanilla version because I never did her boss fight in the vanilla version of Persona 4, and I don't know if I'm going to get around to that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. I just know I'm not going to do the Margaret or Reaper fight for this version. I mean, maybe if there's high demand and this video gets popular enough, I might do a follow-up where I go through the entire game again, but this time just for the Reaper and Margaret. But honestly, I don't think I would do that. And even if I did do it for Margaret, there's also the problem that I made it a rule to do Izanagi only, and one of the requirements is to do her social link, and doing her social link requires Persona Fusion. So do I just do the Persona Fusions on New Game Plus while excusing like the use of those personas and just keep using Izanagi? Because yeah, I have to complete her social link in order to do, well, her optional boss fight on New Game Plus. Now, a lot of you are talking about Darkness, and I have no idea what this game is. I have no idea what this game is, so I have no context on what you guys are talking about. Oh, that's why the Gatorade tastes weird. I added a fiber supplement to it. It tastes a little weird. I faith out and I hold it out and I reaching out to the truth. I'm alive, seeking the seas. On the home mermaid I go, yeah. I'm going solo wise, no friend wise. I don't believe in friends, cause the truth is I only need one man, and that one man being me, and I'm gonna beat these ravens, and I am the best protagonist in the world, totally better than the Joker and the already dead kid. I'm totally gonna speedrun Makoto Yuki on staying alive longer, so much so that Nanako nearly beats his record. God damn, I'm terrible. I'm fucking terrible. Jesus Christ. That's probably going to be my next joke when I do Nanako's death. Nanako tries to beat Makoto Yuki's record for dying or something. God, I'm terrible. Did you ever play Fear? No, I have not. I definitely know of the game, but I've never played it. Nor do I really know what it's about, but I've definitely heard of the game. I'd say not using the fusions needed for Margaret would be fair. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I'm going to do that. I mean, it's already insane enough just doing this run as is. I mean, obviously, it will be easy once I have, like, you know, late game equipment. And obviously, I can fuse Izanagi, you know, before fighting Izanami. But the thing is, fighting Margaret Izanagi only, yeah, it's not going to be ideal. I don't think it's worth going out of my way just to see if 2 optional boss fights are worth it solo with Izanagi only. Because I think it was worthwhile with when I did the encore run for Persona 4 Golden Damageless when I did Part 4. Because on top of seeing if Margaret was possible to defeat Damageless, I also wanted to see if I could 100% the Persona Compendium in 2 playthroughs, which required me to max out every social link at least once across the 2 playthroughs, which I managed to do. And then beat every single boss fight while doing the least amount of damage instead of a great amount of damage selected through the difficulty setting, which I almost proved possible. Again, there's probably no way of beating Shadow Yosuke damageless, and then of course there's the whole thing with Amino Sagiri, which is just improbable when doing the least amount of damage.
One enemy. Now's your chance. You hit its weakness.
Okay, I think from this point I should probably stop fighting the bronze dice. I should probably stop fighting the bronze dice from this point forward. You missed out on a lot. Fear is very good. It'll genuinely scare the hell out of you. Yeah, unfortunately I've never played Fear. I definitely heard of the game. I definitely remember seeing the box art of it, but I've never played it. So yeah, I'm just going to use the Snuff Soul on you. Okay, so I think I'm going to refrain from using my SP now. I'm going to refrain from using my SP and just focus on leveling up without the bronze dice. So I'm going to now minimize the amount of times I fight against the bronze dice and just focus on every other enemy. Though if I'm going to do that, I might as well grind on the 4th floor if I'm not going to do the bronze dice anymore. But yeah, honestly, I never really played all that much horror games, to be honest, when I was young. I'll definitely say when it comes to horror games, the most horror that I played was probably like Luigi's Mansion. And when I was a teenager, I did Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I even did a whole Let's Play on that, actually, on this channel. Though, is it worth watching? Probably not. I mean, I actually do have those videos on this channel, the Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and it was probably like the least viewed videos ever. Like, I think I have videos or Let's Play parts of that run that is legit under 20 views. Like, nobody watched my Amnesia: The Dark Descent Let's Play. And it was a blind Let's Play. And by blind Let's Play, I mean I kind of spoiled myself ahead of time where the scary moments were, so I didn't really get that good of a reaction because I'm not a fan of, like, instant jump scares. Which, there were a few moments where I got instant jump scares. But yeah, I did do a whole blind Let's Play of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I even tried doing a blind Let's Play of Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs, but my computer was just not running it properly, and nobody was watching the run at all, so I canceled that challenge, or not challenge run, that Let's Play. But yeah, I did that as a horror game. And I guess if you count it as a horror game, I mean, I guess it counts as a horror game. I also did the majority of the Walking Dead seasons. Like, I played Walking Dead Season 1 on my own, but I never did a Let's Play of it. And I felt like doing a Let's Play of it was going to spoil it if I already knew what was up ahead. But I did a blind Let's Play of The Walking Dead Telltale Game Season 2, where you play as Clementine. Season 3, A New Frontier, where you play as Javier with a little bit of Clementine. And then the final season, where you play as Clementine with a little bit of AJ at the end. And I think I also played I did a stream where I did, like, the 100 Days DLC, which was honestly pretty forgettable. But yeah, if you count that as a horror game, then yeah, I definitely did some horror games on this channel. Mostly Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but I think the one that did give me a slight bit of views was my blind Let's Plays on the Walking Dead Telltale games, but I only did 2, 3, and 4. I didn't do it on 1 because I didn't want to,
There's only one enemy. First strike.
I mean, I didn't do it on 1 because there was kind of no point in me doing it on 1 when I already did it on 1 on my own times. Okay, so I can beat the bronze dice if I just use basic melee attacks. Who's you? You is blind. Fear is one of the best interactive AI for enemies I've seen. I mean, I guess I'll take a look at Fear if it's worth playing. Very true, Sparks 13. They will flank you and throw nades at you to flush you. Oh, okay. That actually sounds interesting, actually. Maybe I might give Fear a look at some point. No promises, but I might give it a look. I'm already playing enough games as is, and I might completely forget about it.
I smell one enemy. You can do it.
Shit, I didn't enter with a player event. Oh, shit. Okay, thank you, Teddy, for letting us escape. I really can't afford losing a lot of HP after a long grind. Yeah, I need to pay attention. I need to pay attention and make sure I'm getting player advantages when I attack an enemy. But let me just check my stats again. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm getting close. Yeah, okay, this is going to be the last grind on the 5th floor. Hopefully the last grind on the 5th floor, though I know I'm going to have to come back here for quests later on because, yeah, doing quests is definitely going to be something I'm going to go out of my way to do.
2 enemy shadows. You get to go first.
Okay, guard.
1 enemy. Fight.
And there we go. We finally got level 19 on you. Frick yes. So your hit points and spear points have increased, and now we can create personas at level 19. Yippee! No thank you, I'm going to stick with my starting persona. Okay, so now we just got to get Yosuke and Chie up to level 19, and that's going to be at the end of the grind as well as the end of the stream, because I'm going to be doing the Shadow Yukiko fight on my own time. So there we go, we got the main character to level 19, so now it's just getting our meat shields to 19 so they can be as bulky as possible.
2 enemy shadows. You get to go first.
Guard.
1 enemy. Fight. Victory!
Victory! Every stage is randomly generated. It's never the same. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That definitely adds on to the fear when you can't predict things on repeated playthroughs. I honestly wonder if anyone has ever done a playthrough doing 100% on Royal. I'm pretty sure there have been, for sure. Also calls you out if you notice your flashlight. Okay, there we go. We got Yosuke to level 19, and only his strength and magic goes up, which is useless. God damn it, Yosuke. But if damage scaling goes into effect, then he should be taking less damage when being attacked. So hopefully Chie increases her endurance at the next level. Okay. So we only care about just leaving the castle right now. So let's leave the castle. While also making sure Chie gets to the next level. Damn it, I started with a non-player advantage, didn't I? And I can't kill these things in one shot. God damn it. You better run. Thank God, because I can't afford losing more HP. I don't know, maybe I'll give Fear a try. I mean, you guys seem to be hyping it up as, like, this really great thing. Okay, I got a player advantage, so I can definitely kill this hand. Guard.
Just 1 enemy left.
I gotta see if I have 99 of any other items. And there we go, here we go. Level 19, and of course our endurance doesn't go up, but at least our agility and luck goes up. I mean, agility will be useful because there's a chance that the Charming Prince can hit Chie, and Yukiko can follow up with a fire attack and actually hit Chie's weakness. That's something that actually can happen. So having her agility up is definitely pretty helpful. So I'm just going to fight enemies on my way out. Otherwise, I'm pretty much done with the grind.
There's only 1 enemy. Go for a first strike.
Okay, nope. Still never got to kill the positive Cain. Gosh darn it. So yeah, where are we in terms of like levels? Yeah, we're actually we're 91,000 yen. Wow, we're doing really good with money. So yeah, level 20 is going to require lots of grinding, more than an hour of grinding. And then where's Izanagi at? Okay, so 1,916, so we're probably going to level up first before him, but that also depends on how much EXP we're gaining, considering that all of us are gaining less EXP from these underleveled enemies, so hopefully I don't have to grind an extra level for everyone else, but if I do, you can expect that in another stream. So for now, we're just making our way out, but we'll fight enemies on the way, because why not? Extra money won't hurt. And just for extra assurance, yes, we cannot open this chest. Treasure box is locked. We don't have a chest key to open that up. The only time I could possibly get a chest key is if I fight a golden hand, but it doesn't seem like those are spawning either. And actually, how are we for items, by the way? Oh, wow, we got 99 Wonder Cloths and 99 Black Lamps. Wow. 99 Black Lamps, 99 Wonder Cloths, and double digits of literally everything else. Wow. So we're definitely going to be rich after this. And hey, if we can't beat Shadow Yukio at level 19, then we're definitely going to be even more rich when we grind to a higher level. So hopefully being 4 levels above the boss is going to be more than enough, because I grinded 2 levels just for this particular boss, because again, I did a few attempts against Shadow Yukio. I can beat the Charming Prince with a good enough strategy. It's just a matter of being able to have enough strength and endurance and keeping my allies alive long enough to be my meat shields to beat Shadow Yukio. And again, this grind is not going to be so bad once we're able to get other things, like being able to explore another dungeon so we can reset a dungeon layout to gain more chests, and then using the Fox for SP recovery so we can extend our time spent in a TV world. And by extending our time spent in the TV world, we can spend just 1 day farming for whatever equipment we need if we have to farm for equipment to get to make the next boss fight easier or whatever, because yeah, when we do the Shadow Kanji fight, we're definitely going to be fighting against 3 enemies, and it's definitely going to be difficult taking them down with just a solo protagonist. And considering that I can't really use much of my electric attacks, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing lots of grinding for the Shadow Kanji fight, considering that we have to fight him solo with no meat shields. Okay, so before we save, let me just re-equip. So the Rabbit's Foot is not going to be that useful for us because the Fear element is going to 100% connect. So I'm going to go with a Falcon's Eye to increase my evasion rates to the physical attacks that Charming Prince and Yukio uses. And then we're just going to stick with the Talisman and Vigor Fob for both Yosuke and Chie. They got the best possible armor that they can equip. And actually, let me save first and then figure out whether or not if I should use healing items. Okay, so let me just see how much HP I have lost. So I'll use a medicine on you. Crap, I might as well use a medicine on all 3 of them. And unfortunately, the medicines are not really going to be that useful, considering that considering that they only restore 50 HP, which is definitely less than the amount that Shadow Yukio is hitting me with. Well, I'm just going to save here. Oh, by the way, I got a bit further through Final Fantasy X, fought some Sin Spawns where the Crusaders and the All-Bed Ambush Sin, but to no surprise, it failed. Cool. And won my first Blitzball game in Final Fantasy X, despite how much the game cheats. Oh, awesome. Good for you. So yeah, whether or not if you want to make use of the Blitzball game is entirely up to you. Just know it's going to take an agonizingly long time to be able to get whatever items are guaranteed at first place or scoring the most or whatever. But I'll definitely say maybe save Blitzball for when you're eventually grinding for the celestial weapons, because you mainly want to play Blitzball so you can grind for particular attack reels, so you can give more overdrives to Waka, because you're essentially doing Blitzball so you can get more overdrives for Waka, but also gain one of his items needed in order to power up his celestial weapon. But I wouldn't worry too much about it until you get to like the Calm Lands, or until after you're able to fast travel anywhere in the world, which won't be for quite a long while. You Solo related to Han Solo? I don't know. Solo apparently wasn't the last name of Han, apparently, according to the Solo movie. Alright, so there's no point of restoring my SP, because the only thing I have is the Chewing Soul. Which means if I do have to grind to level 20, then I have to absolutely refuse to fight the Bronze Dice unless I can crit it. But yeah, I just hope that this is the last bit of grinding we need to do. So we grinded Izanagi up at 1 level to level 14. And the only thing we really improved on him was his strength. We got everybody up 2 levels to level 19. So we just gotta hope that they have like the extra endurance, and that the level scaling definitely helps us in beating Shadow Yukiko. Because goddamn am I sick of doing this over and over again. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm going to be doing the Shadow Yukiko fight on my own time, so I can actually record it in the video quality I need it for. So, yeah, as much as it sucks for me having to grind 4 levels, hopefully I don't need to grind any more levels than that, and I can beat Shadow Yukiko at level 19. We'll see, or at least I'll see. And, yeah, if I do another stream where I have to grind to level 20, I will stream it. If I don't have to, then, well, you don't have to expect another stream from me unless I find a reason that I need to stream this solo run. All I know is that the tougher fights are probably going to be the Shadow Mitsuo. Actually, I think pretty much every single boss fight in this game, with the exception of maybe Shadow Naoto, is going to be a difficulty spike for us. But we'll see, or at least I'll see as we go, and I'll write it as I go. I currently have the script written up to the very point that I am grinding for the extra 2 levels. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this stream, and I don't plan to play any more Blitzball anytime soon. Yeah, I don't recommend playing more Blitzball until you eventually get to the point where you're grinding for the celestial weapons, which that in itself is going to be a pain in the ass, by the way. Izanagi is still the coolest starting persona. Yes, he is. See ya. To be fair, it took me 4 tries to win the first Blitzball. I'm kind of surprised that you actually reset it to do that, considering that the only reward you get out of it is just 1 strength sphere. But the fact that you were persistent, I definitely appreciate that. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this stream, and whether or not I do another stream where I grind to level 20, I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can beat Shadow Yukiko and I can just continue this run, and hopefully I can continue some of my other challenge runs, because I'm in constant burnout and I'm getting that constant midday fatigue. So hopefully I can make a lot of progress, make more YouTube videos, maybe do some more streaming. I'll see. But yeah. Shame it's such a short stream this time. How long is the stream? I mean, I grinded 2 levels, so it should have taken longer than the last stream. Well, regardless, thank you guys so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in another It's a Gamer video or another stream. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next It's a Gamer video. Like, comment, subscribe, and hype this up. Whatever you do helps a lot. Adios, goodbye, au revoir.